Here we go. We're back here with Pikmin 4, and I'm not gonna say that this time is probably gonna be the finale of Pikmin 4 because the past few times I've been thinking that, and then I kept slowing to a halt, and we don't actually make enough progress for it to be the final one. So this could be the last one. It might not be. Who knows? Let's just get in there and give it a try because we are on sub-level 6 of the Cavern of Kings, and it's been going pretty well so far. I think we have had 0 Pikmin deaths, if I'm not mistaken. I do kind of want to. I hope I can get Lee to solo one of the floors at some point, since I had Ochi solo that first one. But I won't, if it would make it way too tedious and not actually interesting or fun, well, let's not do that. Oh, Louie's just kind of hanging out here. Hey? There he is! Louie! Go get him, Lee. Okie doke. Oh my, it's not all just a big fight set of things. It's weird that they give you the option to go back with a guster here, because you can just dip, right? So why is that? What is even the point of that? I guess just to remind you if you forgot you could do that. Whereas in Pikmin 2, if you dipped out in the middle of one, you lost all the treasure, but I don't even think that's the case here. And maybe it is. Anyway. Let's get this brought down, and, how are we getting up there? Do we need to, I already jumped in this fan, right? Huh. Donkey all confused. Well, let's just explore the rest of this floor first and see if we understand what they were trying to tell us. Alright, let's convert some blue to ice. Works for me. I don't imagine we'll need 35 blue for any treasure that'll be in the water. We can have Ochi take care of it even if we do, probably. Because the maximum blue Pikmin that we could need for something in the water would be 100, because that's all the blue Pikmin you can have, and Ochi has a carrying power of 100, so I don't think they would be so mean as to make something you needed 200 for that you would need 100 blue Pikmin for and Ochi. That would just be weird. What's in here? It's not treasure. Oh, it's the next floor down. Oh my god, they almost all fell into the abyss. Oh, okay, this platform's gonna take us into scary ways, isn't it? We're gonna be going all the way around just to get to that rubber ducky. I see how it is. Endgame dungeon and all. Can we use a few more ice Pikmin? Yeah, I think we probably could. Wakey wakey! I gather they're giving us honey wisps here that we could get nectar from, but I sort of feel bad doing that. Oh, plus they all get flowered anyway when you use spicy spray, so next time we do that, which is going to be not too far in the future, they'll all get flowers anyway. All right, everyone ready for the parkour of your life? Dun dun dun! Oh, you don't even have to jump that. Whee! Whoop. And you can carry that back, my friend, I imagine. Go purple! Go Pikmin! Don't fall, just be careful. You're doing an amazing job. Hi. Don't worry, Lee. You'll be back to defend your championship kickboxing title soon enough on home planet Carrot. After you get a long-deserved vacation. I hope you get at least a bit of time to rest after all this nonsense and shenanigans. So every 5 sublevels, we're gonna run into Louie and just see him just we're getting a bit closer to him or gaining on him. Sort of surprising he's not made it as far as the bottom sublevel since we know he was here for like the whole day. He's been here since yesterday, but maybe he's just been exploring every level slowly. That could also be. Alright. This is the floor that Lee is gonna solo. Everyone, stand back. You've been working too hard for me. I can't let you suffer anymore on my behalf. Listen here, you! You're going down! We're fine. All right, now you. And that's all she wrote, folks. You're lucky that Lee didn't bust out their patented kickboxing techniques on you and instead was kind enough to just punch you to death. I gather that wasn't actually difficult because the only way they could damage me was by throwing me off, and actually the ice one couldn't damage me for that for some reason, only the fire one could. But never underestimate how much time I will waste for the bit. Alright, let's never do that again. Also, earlier in this game I was like, they mentioned a Titan blowhog. It was like only a few episodes ago, I think, and I was like, what? There's a what? And I think that's probably just this thing, because I noticed that when we ran up to fight it, we didn't actually have it in the logbook already. So, probably Lee hadn't seen that yet. Only Olimar had. But they each had some macarons in them, so that's nice, I suppose. Is that all the treasure that's down here? Treasure that is down here? I think it may be. Yep, the treasure gauge has reads now negative, so down we go. The other floors will not take nearly that long. Let's do this! My hope would be to finish this entire cave before this episode is out, and I think we can probably manage it. If most of the floors are just like very short fights with like 2 monsters, and we've got a force of 100 behind us, including 10 ice Pikmin, we should have no problem whatsoever, especially as we're going to be spamming spicy spray the whole time, probably. Oh boy, it's gotta be in mud, doesn't it? Oh, you again! Ah, they better not be nonsense again. Hear me, game? You better not be nonsense. I'm intently listening, watching out for you being nonsense. No more nonsense for you. Thank you. Very good. Ram that. Well, they all missed, but that's fine. And oh my god, don't fall in the mud and die. That would be a problem. There we go. This is the nonsense is over. There was nonsense last time, but there won't be nonsense this time. We win. Okay, good. Bum, 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 bum. That's how all the floors should go. It's a nice aquarium, though, in spite of all the monsters that are trying to kill people. But why are those aquariums so far beneath the surface of the Earth? Well, I guess for us, it's probably... It seems a longer way than it actually is, but... Even still, why would there be an aquarium under the ground in the middle of the woods? Pikmin 2 was much the same way in that sort of mysterious aspect, so I'm glad they brought that back. In that there probably is no real explanation, but it's just so exciting to think about. Very good. Sub-level 9. Nowhere to run, Louie. Except down, but, I mean, please don't run maybe all the way to the bottom. You really want to jump down like 11 more floors of this? Jeepers. We can make more... Oh, my. Make more blue Pikmin here if we wanted. We can also just rush it on them all onto its back, right? Oh, my. This is going to be... This might be a bit scary. Might be time for one of those thunder shocks. Start with a spicy spray, though. It's possible that we can just ram into it and then deal enough damage for it not to be a problem before it even can really wake up. Oh, right, it explodes everywhere. I forgot about that. Can I rewind to the beginning of the sub-level? Thank you. It's not like that in the other games. Or the only other game it's in is 2, I think. So we want to pull a rush, and then before we get too far on that, I'll call back onto Ochi here. Please mount, and throw... Oh, you're doing this already! Well, let's just get some Ice Pikmin started on you before we... Why are the Ice Pikmin drowning? I don't know why that happens sometimes. It's like if they get attacked in the water, they suddenly start drowning, which is so weird, and I don't affect for it. Right, in that case, let's not be dumb about it. Let's wake you up. But then we'll just bide our time till we can get some ice on you, and then that'll be good enough. Put 10 Ice Pikmin on you, and then you'll be frozen pretty quickly. Spice spray up now, and then right before you burst out, we can just launch a bunch of purple Pikmin, do a bunch of insta damage, and that's all. Good. All right, that one required just a slight bit of rational thought. In terms of freezing this, though, oh, it's the spray we get from that. This would take 50 to freeze. That's not an option. We do need water. Oh, I've got water Pikmin. What am I worried about? Water Pikmin and Ochi, so we don't have no reason to worry worried about getting these swords at all. Sorry, I'm stammering all over the place. There might be some interesting things in these pots, though. So let's have a look. I suppose they were meant really just for cover. Sorry, I forgot that the Ice Pikmin that can swim can drown. I mean, I guess I can swim and I can also drown. That's true, but I thought it was more consistent than that. It must be that once they get attacked, they start drowning. I guess that's intentional, but I'm not sure. Because it seems a bit weird that they wouldn't mention it. Anyway, all it took was a bit of thunking and spicy spray, and we got 4 spicy sprays out of using it, so down we go. Sub-level 10. Wah! Oh my, it's dark, and we're in the middle of... Always with the mud. It's a smoking frog. Wait, hang on. Yeah! Oh, no, damn. Well, now I've just charged directly towards it. That, oops. I maybe shouldn't have done that. Crack! Shatter! Well, even just to 1v1 them isn't so bad in this game, I think we learned, so... the OG screeching to a halt like, whoa, 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 maybe not. Let's give this a go. Ooh, it's doing the same spooky music as it did for the water wraith. Get all in your face. What? That's such baloney. Why did it, like, half of them not go onto its face? Alright, well, it's random, so screw it. Just only do the Ice Pikmin then until it's frozen. They don't have to be fair. They're game designers, okay? Get out of the way of that bomb there, and once you're frozen, now your stuff no longer is murdery, so we can shout at you like that. There we go. Ice Pikmin are OP. Yes. You know what? As silly as some of the way the bosses work and mechanics work, at least they give you Ice Pikmin, right? So you can just blow through any fight you want. I wonder if the Smoky Progs would have left a corpse or like a pearl in this spot if you had killed it under normal damage. Because in Pikmin 1 they leave behind a pearl, but in the only ones we fought so far are during night expeditions, during which time nothing leaves a corpse. So that's that. Very good. We should never try to be smart. We should only ever just brute force our way through every problem with Ice Pikmin and Purple Pikmin. That's what I'm learning in this cave, in the final cave in the game. Yarg! Why did it all have to be muddy? Louie! You're making me deal with the silly mechanics of how some of the bosses work. Leave me alone. I can't do that, man. You're gonna die out here, and I don't want that for you. How long is he going to draw this out? It doesn't matter. The Rescue Corps never gives up. We'll cure Ochi if it's the last thing we do. And rescue Louie. I mean, at least we know how big this floor is, so it would be really tedious if we didn't. Right, okay, now I've learned the way you work. Oh, your thing glows. That's cool. Wow, you also suck up treasures. So once this sprouts open, we can hit you all into your body like this. And do good damage. Bring you down. We learned. I did not know it worked like that the first time. Did it just throw it up into the other one's mouth? That's hilarious. Leave that for now. We'll deal with that in a minute. Oh, it's giving us boss music for this. Interesting. Need a few to open up your weak point here, and then slam! And this length of time it staggers you for is actually pretty considerable. Well, you're also already staggered from getting your bowl flipped up, I guess, but even still, rushing you like that seems to be a decent strategy. There's one more monster, though, right? According to that thing. Gonna be in this egg? Gah! No. You'd think it would be one more of those things, but, yes, here we go. The music here is weird! It's really strange! Right, you on your back there, and then once you flip up, rush you. Right, the actual proper stun only lasts for a few seconds, but the thing, it stuns them anyway, so, in essence, you get a whole bunch of stun when you add on Ochi's slam stun on the end of it. Very good, a whole bunch of little poker chips and, oh, is that green paint? Fun. Ah! Wow, that one white Pikmin really pushed us all the way. Everyone just rush these. We're having a difficult time picking them up, it would seem, so... Everyone help everyone out here, and we'll all get it done somehow. I guess Ochi's Swallow is a good thing for getting treasures that are wedged in walls and stuff, because he doesn't need to carry it or get around to the side of it. He can just swallow it. Oh my god, we're all knocking each other around with these things. Listen, everyone calm down. Just be patient. There'll be time for everyone to move through. I wonder what this pool of water here is even for if we didn't have to go there. I guess perhaps they might have wandered there if we had taken long enough. It sort of seems like there might be something in here, doesn't it? Soulful Artist series complete. How about them? Oh, there's more treasure over here. Ah. And what is it? Please don't be a monster. Ooh, is that the final billiards ball we've got? Oh, this is all waterbound, so I need to have blue Pikmin do it, do I? Slash, I'll just have Ochi do it, because all our blue Pikmin are apparently back at base. Oh, wait, no. Can I ride you while you're doing that? Okay, never mind. I'll just go down the hole as Ochi then. Sacred Sphere series complete! Marvelous. We're gonna be seeing a whole bunch of series be complete here. I'm sort of imagining that once we get out of this cave and bring Nell and Louie back, well, no, it's the dog samples we need. Bring that all back, that the game will basically end right there. So if we want to read the rest of the log entries, I guess we'll have to load the save again even after the game is over. But that's fine with me because I do want to read them before the end of the game. Sub-level 12. Let's do this. Ooh, okay, it's not all just boss rushes exactly. There's a bit more complexity to this whole thing. God, there's spectralids all over everything. We can get more purple Pikmin here. I don't think we really need any. I was pretty diligent in bringing a lot earlier. Slash, this actually does look like a boss arena more like. Oh, the music is interesting down here too. It's sort of like the rest area theme from Pikmin 2. Maybe it is a rest area, but with that little. It's so cool that it's different monsters give their own instruments. Like the spectralids give this little whining sort of synth line or whatever it is. Oh my god, I only just noticed that the little dun 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 when you get like a quest done in this game is sort of, I think it's supposed to be like the treasure theme from Pikmin 2, where it's all every time I think about this game it gets better. Right, let's get in here. Is there gonna be a scary in here, or is it all just nice rest area times? I think it might be. I'll leave the spectralids alone then. I don't think we don't need the spicy spray that desperately. It'd be nice to leave at least a few things alive, wouldn't it? A nice looking statue over here. It would be a miniature to us, but it's, I mean, still I mean, actually, more impressive for being a miniature sculpture, I guess. Don't worry, Specialids. I've killed many of your friends, but I don't need to kill you, so I think I'll just leave you for the moment to be here by yourself in this one little area of cave. I guess you have access to the surface with that air geyser, so you don't need to stay here forever if you don't want to. Your life isn't as sad as I initially thought. Sub-level 13 and we're down at now? Marvelous. There's a lot of treasure still to go, and we have less than half of it. Yarg! Oh, cavern for a king. I get it. Because Louis, king of... Got it. We got Pikmin 2 jokes. Whoa, weird stuff is going on here. Oh, it's another one of these things. Oh, but I missed a poison field. Maybe we send Ochi first. Start getting rid of all these mushrooms here. That was really interesting that they just suddenly... they just designed that poison puff stool just for this one, like, fight in the dungeon here at the end. I mean, it was a sort of formidable enemy, so I understand saving it for a final dungeon. But, just interesting anyway. I guess Ochi can't damage the things on its back, but perhaps I could have Ochi start by wrecking up all the gold. No, well, that would take longer with just him, I guess. Oh, it broke that thing itself. Oh, it's the final piece of the puzzle! How cool is that? I probably should have Ochi grab that now just so that we can be sure that... Yeah! Okay, well, I was trying to just get it out of the way, so that it wouldn't be in the way during the fight, but never mind. Let's all get together now. You notice that when we slam all the gold off your back, you become more interested in getting it back than you do fighting us, so that's good for us to know. Let's just throw a bunch of purple pigment on this and that health decimated. And let's even not worry about smashing up the gold. Let's just try and focus on getting all the things off of their back. And especially as we, the purple Pikmin do instant damage the second they land. Ow! We have so many of them, so we can probably, before it gets a chance to even get all the gold back, we can just overwhelm it, like so. And get this weak point smashed, and whistle everyone back to me now. Back to me, back to Ochi. There's just the one piece up here. You can even throw a purple Pikmin that high, which is awesome. You just throw a whole bunch more up here. Get all the Pikmin up there before it gets a chance to really attack or anything. And bring you down. Whoa, it had a whole pumpkin in it. Wow, look at that. I don't know if it has any significance, but let's just smash up all the gold while we're here. 1, 2 on you. 1, 2, 3 on you. 1, 2 on you. Oh, it would have been cool to bring the course back with the white Pikmin, actually, so it would go super fast, but never mind it. Guys, one at a time, please! Oh my god! Tell me that purple Pikmin didn't just die from getting wedged into the floor. No, I hope not. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? There we go. The purple Pikmin got kicked off the pumpkin and is like, I'm not helping anymore. You kidding me? that was a traumatic experience for me. Memory Fragment series complete! I can't wait to see that puzzle all completed as well. Woo! Smash, smash, smash. And that's all the treasure down here. To 14 with us. There was one ice Pikmin already so eager to get in there. They were hopping up and down on the hole. Sub-level 14, now we've got half the treasures. Yarg! Everyone be on your guard. 4 somethings are over here. Oh my god! Okay, once again, I think sending Ochi first would be not a bad move here. Please tell me that's not about to curve around here. No, okay. Let me just send Lee and all the Pikmin back to right at the beginning here. We obviously want to fight. I think we want to fight the proper cannon beetle with our whole party, so we can actually throw Pikmin into its gob, or the hole above its gob. But I don't want to be fought by these things while it's going on, so let's have Ochi just bring these things down before all this. Really, there are a lot of bosses that Ochi could probably pretty reliably solo. Oh, really, I should have you be taking them out. Why bother tearing out my jaw when this is probably a one-shot to these things? Yonk! Who built these gates to react to the biological signals of these things? Anyway. Right. Yes, I don't suppose there is any way for Ochi to do damage to you without Pikmin. So let's get it together now and do this. Remembering that if we leave it long enough, alive long enough, I should say, then when it spits the Pikmin out of its blowhole, that is, they die instantly, which is, if we're not careful, so we have to be very careful about that. I'm just gonna do the instant damage with purple Pikmin here. That may be the right play here. Okay, right, now get that white Pikmin. I've let so many die that way, and that's never again. Very good. We did a little over half its health here, so we'll be able to make that. Oh, I didn't do that right. We'll be able to make that same milestone this here, and so this will be, it'll be going down right now. Down, beast, down! It's throw time indeed, Colin. You truer words are never spoken. Ready to watch that Sparklium roar to the max Sparklium it's possible to have? I am. Oh, they actually took their turns this time. How nice of them. I wonder if there is a max Sparklium, like if it actually stops rolling over at like 99,000 and something like that. It probably does, because although it would be horribly tedious to reach, because after all the treasure's gone, the only thing you can use is monster corpses for it, so you basically just have to go into this cave over and over, because this is where the most monsters are, I guess. Is that the last thing in? Nope, still one more. There we go. I don't really know why I'm waiting for it. We don't need the extra 7 Sparklium, but just so my completion brain is okay with it. Sub-level 15? We are rocketing towards the end. We're due for a Louis encounter on this floor or the next. Try throwing Pikmin into candy pop buds. Never thought to do that. Wow! Oh, we're down into the play school section of this again. Louis, we're trying to help you. we want what's best for you.
So persistent.
Well, bye. We're gaining on him. The bottom of this cave can't be too far off. I guess they don't know about the 100% counter. A beady long legs? Interesting. Much easier to fight with, sorry, a baldy long legs. Oh dear, it's in water. No, that's a little different. I'm gonna wait for it to not be there then. Fair bit easier to fight with glow Pikmin, and indeed flying Pikmin, but if I have to, I shall throw hands with it with other types of Pikmin, although I guess with this vantage point, we could throw purple Pikmin at it and stuff, which would be cool, but they just instantly start drowning and probably get stomped. It doesn't really look like it wants to leave this area, does it? Oh, can we freeze this? Do we have enough ice Pikmin for that? Yes! Oh, perfect. I'm thinking that they were really kind in letting us be that. So now we can just fight this fight at our leisure. Perfect! No more fight, we win. Very good. This is the way we want all fights to go. Look at all the buttons! Did this body long legs just like eat an did they eat an Admiral? Why do I hear it sounds like people are drowning? No, it's my imagination. I wonder if the nectar sinks to the bottom when the ice cracks. It does. Wow, we can go back with that button. Do we really need to smash that geyser there? I'm not really sure why we would. I guess it's just to prevent you from... to make it difficult if you're trying to get up on top of the buildings to throw at it and stuff. Good thing we splurged on getting up to 10 ice Pikmin. It really is probably like the least you'd want to have for big scary fights. Like it's probably like 5 is not really as nearly as serviceable, I wouldn't have said. Very well, we're actually absolutely rocketing ahead in our treasure count now that we got all those buttons from that floor. Sub level 16, let's do it. Oh, this looks an awful lot like Water Wraith territory. Well, we've got purple Pikmin, so it should be fine, even if it is. Yep, figured. Well, bring it on then. We've got purple Pikmin aplenty. We've nothing to fear from you. Oh, you spawned right in front of me. Okay, we can fear a little bit. Is that another Water Wraith that just fell from the sky? I heard. Let's do the instant damage as much as possible here. All right, everyone whistle off because it's going to get recover really quickly here. Unfairly. Right, got you off to that thing already, and charge it again. I'm going to try and shake off. We're not standing for that. I swear I heard another one, though, right? Yeah, the music is still going spooky. Okay, here's the other one. Sure, bring it on. Yeah. I could go for the ice Pikmin here, but the purple Pikmin power is pretty overwhelming here. So the point where I don't think it would have been necessary. Perfect. Got you off your rollers. And... purple Pikmin at will. Bonk. You had the other Joy-Con in you. Look at you. Sweet. That could have gone much, much worse by my camp, whatever. I'm giving up on that sentence. It could have gone worse. Let's just smash down all these walls here. I guess there won't be much use in any potential, what am I trying to say? Newly Nostalgics areas is complete. Lovely. No use in getting any potential resources from them since we're at the end of the game now, I suppose, but why not? Just to make my brain go fuzzy. Let's smash down every wall we can. Ochi's so happy, look at him bounding around. You did such a good job in that fight, Ochi. Doodly-doo-doo. We're good, and that's all the treasure in here was just that Joy-Con that the second one had. So, we're good to move on. Nothing's gonna stop us from saving Louis. I love that man! Throw as many water wraiths as you like at me, game. I mean, please don't put them all close together, because then they would be really hard to fight, but... Floor 17, sub-level 17. Let's do this. Only 4 more, including this one. Let's do it! 17? Yes, 4. Right, only one enemy is in between us and the goal here. And Emperor's Ball Blacks, give it no quarter. Charge it immediately before it gets a chance to do anything unfriendly. Oh, I see the problem here. But I am going to charge it from behind here, even if we don't want to be up on the same floor. If we charge from back, we can get a whole bunch of damage on it really quickly, which is good. All right, everyone get off that now. Oh no, that's so not fair. Why did half of them go to the side? Right, forget it. Let's pull some spice right here, and then try that charge maneuver again, and then call them off a little earlier. And I'll call them up now, and everyone get off of that, and they're gonna roll around a bit here. And can we throw purple Pikmin up that high? No, I guess we just have to. Oh, it does boulders. I did not. I killed 60 of them. I was forgetting what the charge button was. Yeah, I accidentally pressed the dismount Ochi button, which makes them all run backwards. Sorry. This is getting really silly. Actually, we almost finished them with that. No, I don't accept that. Screw it. Actually, we can almost take them down straight away with just doing the charge maneuver, so let's just not hold up on that. None of these count. Only the one where I win counts. Video games. Okay. Finish emoji before she gets a chance to... Okay, there we go. Good. That's what I was hoping would happen the first few times. Okay, good. Now we can move on. I don't want to talk about it. Oh, you're supposed to use these to jump over while they're doing the roll. I see. Well, we have 100 Pikmin, so never mind. I assumed those were just to take you back to, out of its range. Wonk and kerwonk. Down we go. Floor 18. Nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop us. We've got fire in our eyes and in our hearts. There's a lot of treasure in between here and the last floor, though. My. What sort of items could we be discovering down here? It's all so muddy and strange. Sovereign Ball Blacks? Is the ground all ice, or what's the deal here? Not sure, but we should have a decent enough time with this. I'm gonna keep going for no deaths as long as I can. See if we can get you froze. You're gonna do a jump to get them off. That was half our ice timer fulfilled. Let's get out of the way of this and get that ice stacked on again. And then second, we get you frozen. You can pull a charge. Oh, that one's... No, get out of the way of that. It won't let me whistle. It won't... That's such bullshit. I did not say to charge. Why are you not allowed to whistle when you cancel the charge anyway? Why is this... This is a great game, though. I want to make clear. No, get out of there. I did not say to do that. How could it possibly have missed the face? Cheeky game. There we go. Now we pull a bit of this and then a bit of this. And we should be able to bring it down in nearly no time. That didn't go really how I wanted. Get me out of the way so that no one will get scared by that. And charge you all into his face there. Oh, it's doing the big jump. Oh, we're dead. We're dead. I don't like it. I don't like it. Actually, going for the ice with only 10 ice Pikmin is just silly. Let's do the... Oh, every time it jumps, it makes a pool of water, like with the Master Drop. I gotcha. Let's just go for the purple Pikmin insta damage. I think that's probably going to be more fun. No, get out of its feet, seaweedsies. Did they get killed by that? No, okay. For a minute, I thought they fell underneath it somehow, and I was like, that's a bunch of nonsense. Right, should have been managing Ochi for that. Right, we don't want it to get any more water made in this place. That was all really, really insanely close. Right, doing a big jump again for this. Let's see how far it can move in with one. Assuming more boulders. Right, maybe we should go for some ice now at this point. Oh, does that count as them dying? Well, what? No. You're the one who made this game have auto-target, game. Why would you punish me for that? For target auto-target its tongue when you're the one who did it. Did that Pikmin just go under the world? Alright, I can put Spice Spray on here to make them freeze you faster as well. And I should. There we go, and one of these. Get at least half your health that way, probably. I'll get more, because I'm gonna whistle everyone on. Right, do a bit of this, then dodge around like this, then make the boulders fall, but I'll throw a few more ice Pikmin on you. No, why did it go near its feet? Oh gee, you're not really close enough to be scared by that. Don't be silly. I determine how close it is to something is scary at. Right, Spicy Spray up again. Okay, this is actually a bit of a tough one with the way this arena is. That's not my fault! It targeted its face. I was trying to target the side of it. Why is there not a target if it targets the mouth? Right, this is getting really silly now. Even before it's out of its animation here, we can get it. It's totally frozen. And I'll ram onto it like that. No, most of the Pikmin didn't get onto it, unfortunately, but we still did some decent damage there. Why do I... Oh, one of them died? That's unacceptable. Do I really want the last episode to be this grouchy? No, I don't. I'm going to accept everything that comes from henceforth, even no matter how stupid it is. Especially if it's stupid, actually. I'm going to accept the stupid things even more than the normal things. Like that, in fact. I accept very much that the second it unfreezes, that can be stuck to its tongue. That makes a good deal of sense, actually. big jump coming out from you. And we'll just should be able to finish it off with this next charge we do. We want to avoid. Why did the boulders happen over here? All right, you're done. Thank you. No more nonsense, please. God, why was this like the cheesiest boss in the whole thing? Oh, right. You won't be able to have a good time with that. Sorry. Some funky glasses it dropped, though. I guess those will be going in the same set as those 3D glasses. Do we need Ochi to hop to the hole? No, we can just walk there ourselves. Please no one fall in the water. Is that a set complete, in fact, with these glowing glasses? They're pretty cool looking, in a way. Let's have a look at the whole set here. Ultra Hyper Technology Series complete. Marvelous. Down we get then. That floor was just silly. These last 2 floors are going to be way more fair and good and cool. In fact, this is going to be the penultimate fight here. This is actually quite exciting, quite thrilling. Everyone get your jitters out now. Potentially the last 2 fights in the game. Oh my, and it's in the big, but with all the... It's similar to the biome with all the sandcastles and stuff. That we did, that crazy Dandori Dojo one and the crazy, Oh, it's a rest area! Listen to the music! So it's just a bunch of free loot. These are all Louis' snacks that he's gathered. But it's much like that, last time trial we did in the, that Dandori Dojo one that took place in a very similar area. Wow, look at this place. I guess we will take all these fruit if it's given sparkling. I mean, we don't need any more sparkling, so at this point we're just kind of being a jerk, being jerks to Louis, but... I mean, he can have some of it when he gets back, I guess. Everyone charge on this to dig it out. Oh, there's the hole to the next area. Lovely. Candy pop buds of a variety of types here. We could definitely do with some more ice, couldn't we? Probably more than poison. Let's do it. Yoink! 15 will make something significantly easier here, I should say. Because that's something that actually makes sense to say. Hiya, papaya. I'm not sure this is a papaya. Actually, that probably means that these are like among the last few treasures in the game, right? Ooh. And here they come. Oh god, we accidentally hit that one with a papaya and killed it. I'm so sorry. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. No more treasure here. Primordial thickets up to 99%, and this cave. Actually, can we look at the stats report of this cave anywhere? I was trying to see if we could... Well, it's going to tell us when we hop down the floor how many more treasures are left. But there may be one last treasure left with Louis down there. Don't worry, Louis. We know what's best for you. We're coming to save you. Down we go! Whee! Yahoo! Be brave, everyone. Be brave. Especially you, Ice Pikmin and Purple Pikmin. I'm showing you first. One more treasure with Louis down at the bottom here. I guess we're going to have to fight this big dog, whatever it is. I'm ready for it. Maybe. Is it going to be like a... Is Louis gonna be like riding it, and we're just gonna be like a duel? That would be so weird. Final sub-level cavern for a king. I'm ready. I'm nervous. My fingers are jittery. Louis.
Oh, that is rather big. Pursue Louis and the giant dog. Main missions. Yeah.
Yeah, that. Yeah, that. Whew. Can I get a better look at this thing, please? Louis. My boy, I need you to focus, okay? I need you to calm yourself and think this through rationally. Is this number of purple Pikmin hitting you what you want to happen? And, by the way, who's your friend? Guy, it's like a big fluffy dog thing. Oh, it's got a spiked collar. This is like someone's pet. Tail seems vulnerable. Oh my. Oh dear. Louis. I'm gonna talk to you. Humanoid to humanoid here. It doesn't have to be this way, does it?
There's no place left to run, Louis. It's time to give up and give in.
Where's the dog? Tell us! Without it, we'll never be able to cure Ochi. I mean, Shepherd.
Go home.
Not yet. What? Is he gonna be like piloting it? Oh my god, he's climbing his way to the top to pilot it against us. Holy crap, Louis. This seems a little bit extreme, I gotta be honest with you. Jesus! That's awesome! It's like a little, like, house dog. That's so cool. Right, let's mount up and spicy spray up, shall we? Stop the giant dog's rampage. Let's do this. Oh, and the metal music too. That's just badass. All right, everyone ram onto its tail. No, that didn't work in the slightest. Right. Oh man, it's making rocks fall from the sky and stuff. Cool. Right. consider for half a moment here. Pikachu, use Thunderbolt! Can we target its tail here? No. I guess this is like a... Do we have to get it to slam into its own rock pillars? Oh, no, it just doesn't care about them. Are we trying to get it to run into a wall when it charges us? Is it one of those kinds of bosses? Find a way I can make it stay still. I'm trying. It sure bumped its head there. Oh, yeah, I didn't like that at all. Yeah! Oh, wait, I didn't... Oh, I was supposed to leave them on that, so it would fall over. Oh, it did fall over. There we go. It's showing its belly. Are we supposed to jump over its tail to do that? I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, like that. That's good. Oh my god. Okay, off now. Jeez, that was close, but we did amazing damage to it. Apparently it doesn't have that much health. It's just a front flip and like slams into the ground. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, so we're supposed to get it to slam into these pillars. I thought we were trying to get it to slam into the wall for a bit. Oh, we're still doing a jump. Hey, whoa, you don't need to do that, do we? That seems a bit excessive. Come on, charge us. Charge us, you fiend. Here it comes. Slam! And we gotta get it to all mount on the tail so that it flips it over. You don't actually need to stick on it for that long, so let's do that and then spicy spray up here. Slam it like that. Get a few of them onto its belly like before. Back on our feet, everyone. This will be a 3 and done, it would seem. Very good, very good, very good. It's gonna do the front flip a few more times with our spicy spray, especially we're able to evade that pretty easily. Seems almost a bit short for the whole final boss, though. Like, perhaps this will be a phase 2 after this. I'm ready for it. It's an awesome boss design. This is an amazing idea. Especially as Pikmin fans have wanted for a long time to fight, like, an actual small animal. Instead of seemingly just, well, I guess they did, like, there were, like, rats and things in Pikmin 3 and this game, but this is a bit, this is a bit better than that, I gotta be honest. It's better than anything I could have imagined. Yeah! Bring it down, Spicy Spray, bring it down! I mean, we're just knocking it out, I suppose, so that... Oh, no, yeah, here phase 2. So now it's all icy? Uh-oh, I think you made it mad. I think maybe we did. So how do we un-ice it? It looks real chilly. Ooh, it's throwing fuzzy snowballs. Oh my god, okay, this is an awesome last boss. This is exactly what I wanted from... Ooh, last boss! No. Let's hide back at base. Ah! Oh, that's not good! That's very not bad! I mean, no, it is very bad. Not bad. No, but god. It just keeps spicy spraying up every time we lose one. This is the final fight after all. When is its tail gonna be vulnerable, huh? Oh, this is one of them. Are we supposed to knock these back at it somehow or something? I don't really understand what I'm doing here. Oh, its tail goes down when it's doing this. I see. I missed big hunt hard. I missed real hard. Okay. Probably best I just throw at it instead of trying to charge into it to make that happen. Right? It flipped over like that. Oh, we froze it by even accidentally running into it. Slam into it like that. Damage on the belly. Nearly half of it. Back spicy spray up. Mount again. What is with this, like, cracked out dog? Oh my god. Okay, we know that now that we can target its tail the second it starts doing the breath weapon. So let's do that. And we only need 15 on it. Oh, I was really doing purple, and that'll weigh it down much faster. What am I doing? Silly me, I didn't think of that earlier. Second it flips over. Charge that. Oh, it knocked us out of the way. Charge all these. Oh, wow, really no one hit that. Fine. It'll be another three-fer. That's fine. We can handle that. How many elements is it going to go through, do you think? It's going to go through a fire, thunder, lightning element, all such elements? It's going to have all different phases? We'll soon know. Oh my god. Did anyone actually get caught in the fur bowl? I'm not sure. Don't even need to spicy spray for this one. Let's save our spicy spray for the next phase in a moment here. What's next? Thunder. Right, okay, this is going to be a little more deadly. But if it's going to be like this one, then once it starts attacking us with the beam, instead of just throwing these little pump. Oh no, it's much like the Titan Dweevil in the way this works. Oh, I don't like that at all. Oh, that's really scary. Okay. Gotta get to an area where it's not doing stuff and it's doing a charge. Okay, it's letting its tail down. No. Bad. Okay. Very bad. Okay, those things are gonna stay there though, so this is our safe spot now. Oh, it's making more, is it? Don't be doing that. Wait, is its tail down now? Hang on. Oh yeah, its tail hangs down while it's doing this. Okay, let's see if we can get in there then. I might be too late. I probably should have moved faster. Oh, that's right where all the bad stuff is. Ah! Oh, that wasn't my favorite. Okay. I could use some more spicy spray to get everyone's flowers back, for one thing. Let's do this. Come on, you. Do that thing again. Okay, it's doing it again. Oh, no, it's doing the charge. Okay, it doesn't leave its tail exposed too long after that one, so let's wait for it to do the next thing. Okay, right. I still need to be jumping over the electricity because Ochi and I are fine, but Pikmin that are low down on his back are not. Okay, it's vulnerable now. We know this. Let's bring this down. Please don't get out of his back by doing this. Oh, that even stopped Ochi. I don't really know why. Okay, well, never mind. Ochi can't touch those. Good to know. I guess Pikmin 2 was sort of like that as well, where even if you had the elemental defenses, the last bosses could still stagger you with them. Good. I guess we want it to be facing this way when it does that attack because we want its tail to be facing where there is none of this other stuff, so we can actually access it. Come on then. Please don't put your tail at the wall when you do the next attack. That would be so mean. I'm liking the AI on this boss too. I mean, it's not like it's amazingly smarter exactly, but wait, can I just reach its tail while it's doing this? Oh, it forgets about me if I go too close to the base. I see. Like, it's impressive that they were able to design it so that it doesn't get stuck on the walls of the field and stuff too easily. Right, we need to be in the field with it, otherwise it's not going to let its guard down. Got it. At least that means we can be pretty confident that we can return to that base every time we need a breather. Okay, good. It'll actually be easy enough to access this. I didn't think to bring any yellow Pikmin. I think we had the opportunity, did we? Is that right? They had flowers for us. Don't die of electricity, that would be bad. Spicy spray now. Act fast indeed. Got a whole bunch of them onto that. But I don't think we're gonna get the ice timer on it. It would be nice, but I don't think it's likely to happen. Oh, it threw more of these. Oh, that could be a really big issue. We're just gonna have to be spamming jump now. Okay. Oh, I see what's going on here. I did not realize that I thought maybe, there would be a chance that, hang on, maybe, if everyone else is gonna be safe here, maybe we can just send Ochi to do this, huh? Just to break apart the little fuzz things. Because it doesn't seem like it knows to come over here. Can you bring these down? Oh, Ochi can just smash them up. Okay, let's do that. All right. Charge! Ooh, ow! Ow, hey. Calm down. It's not that serious. I gotta know what this thing's scientific name is. Oh, can Ochi weigh this thing down? No, it has to be Pikmin hanging off on, doesn't it? Right, okay, well, I wasted my opportunity there, but at least it doesn't have any of those puffballs out anymore. It is good I'm glad that we accidentally learned that this thing can doesn't follow you if you go back to the beagle there. Right, awesome, good, awesome, fine, awesome. The awesomeness is overflowing at this point, in fact. I would declare this is exceedingly awesome. Come on, Louie! This can end one of two ways. Well, probably there are a few ways this could end more than that, actually. Really. See if we can weigh it down before. No. Don't try for that. Don't only do it when it's really vulnerable. Eek! Ooh! Why did that happen? No, that doesn't make any sense. Get out of that! Oh my god, if only I had the line of bugle. It's fine. We have a chance to bring it down now. Yoki. Hi, I'm back. Okay, sorry for the dramatic lighting change. Something came up and it could not be ignored. Let me just remind myself what we were doing. We're in the last boss. We were doing the thunder phase. Its tail drips down when it does the thing. Okay, we're good. I'm ready. Oh god, we were already fighting it. Okay, I see. I'm back in it now. I remember exactly what was going on. Okay. Heavy metal dog. Heavy metal dog is happening now. More pom-poms have happened. Wait, I should retreat back to base so that Ochi can deal with the pom-poms. Abort. Okay. Listen, you can stare at me all you like, dog. It's not gonna stop me from rushing through your pom-poms. With the speed and ferocity, the likes of a dog you've never seen before. You're such a big dog. Calm yourself. Bad. Down, doggy. Louie, what is this? Who do you think you are? Well, you're my dear friend, and so that's why I forgive you for even such crazy murder streaks as this. All right. You doing that now? Which is your final mistake, dog. Well, your final mistake of this phase, anyway. You had a neutral phase, and then now you had an ice phase, and this is your thunder phase. So I can only imagine there's a fire, maybe a water phase, poison phase, and so on and so forth coming. But the only way to know is to keep a cool head, carry on here. Fire phase, here goes. Each phase doesn't have tons of health, and we can get it pretty easily by just... Oh, it's the same dealio, but it's just, oh, you're spitting fireballs now. That's a unique development. Oh, if your tail is down now. No, it isn't. Oh, that was now. Nope, that wasn't there for very long. Don't die. Okay. Oh, I should really put on one of these so that everyone gets flowery again. Okie doke. I could ruin those, oh, this is the move that I have to weigh you down with, is it? Oh, that's not fair. Oh, right, they don't die from immediately from fire in this game. Oh my. Hey, I had two purple Pikmin on him. Why is that not weighing it down? Oh, because the other one just didn't land on it, because they were being silly. Please land on it, thank you. None of them actually died from that, right? Okay, good. And we're about to run out of this spray, I imagine, so I'm just going to use it again. Can Uchi fight this? No, maybe not. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was almost halfway did there. That was not bad. Maybe this phase is a bit less health. These fire pom-poms aren't actually nearly as bad as the electric ones because they don't shoot out any lines like the thunder ones, so I don't feel as fussed about getting them gone. I'm gonna hop around. Ooh, why? But if you explode them, they do head outward. So actually, it's even worse to do that. Right, when you're doing this phase, we want to hop in between all the lines and go like 1, 2, 3. There we go. That's enough. That's what I was hoping would happen the first time. It didn't really pan out that way. And charge on your belly. Got all of them there. Carry on. Very good. One more of those. Let's even just throw a few more space of spray here. Final boss and all. Final boss. Don't be holding back now. Right, okay. We want to be careful because if they explode them on us, it's bad. But I'm not fussed about destroying them myself. I think that's a waste of time, and it's going to get me killed. When you start doing your stomp, that's when I'll worry about jumping over fireballs. You're about to do it now. No, I thought you were. Oh yeah, here you go. When that reaches these, do they explode? Yes, they do. Okay, so that's fine. We can just jump over it all, and not to mention, doesn't actually one-shot the Pikmin. Anyway, there we go. 2 on you there, and this phase is almost gone. So water phase, poison phase, whatever's happening next, we'll deal with it. I don't imagine there's a flying phase or anything like that, at least I hope not. Oh my god, where did the other ones go? Is this all hunted? Why do I feel like half of them are somewhere else? Green? What's green? Is that poison? I guess it's poison. Looks poisony enough. Oh no, it's also flying. Well, it can fly? Yeah, you know what? It's Pikmin. We should have expected this could happen. I mean, it's a dog. Dogs can do everything, apparently. Oh my god, it's like the smoky prog's dissolving juice. But its tail's hanging pretty low, so if we can get right up there. 2 purple Pikmin. Right, okay, so this one, it's not going to try and come after us. It's just launching stuff at us. We want to get right up close to it and be a nuisance, basically. Here we go. To the ground with you. And the second I land it, I'll hit spicy spray. No, that didn't count. That's so unfair. Right, that and spray. I didn't really get nearly as much as I was hoping for there, but I think still 3 would do it with that. I should have just had the spray on earlier. Didn't have nearly enough ice Pikmin to be rocking up on their ice meter. Their ice meter goes out too fast for that to really be an option. Actually, it might be that once it takes a certain amount of damage, it shakes them off. So really, if I just threw 15 ice Pikmin, it would be more possible. But this isn't really going to be proving much of a problem. So I'm going to keep doing it this way. In fact, it's actually pretty easy. This is one of the easier phases to get at its tail with. I'm going to rejuvenate our... I'm doing that all the time now. Dun, 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 dun. It's getting all heroic now whenever we get it on its back. Yeah, still got about to throw that, even though I messed it up again. I gotta wait, because when it flops on the ground, it knocks you back, and I'm not realizing this fast enough. Ooh, it's got a fear scream. I'm not gonna be fooled by that trick yet. Throwing a whole lot more of these. Can we hop over that? Oh, this hurts Ochi, and they die immediately from that. Okay, so this is not... This is the Smoky Prog insta-death stuff. I should have been way more scared. I can't get out of here now. Well, that is very bad. That's kind of lame, but whatever. I guess we'll live with that. I should have known that from the no clues provided. It's red, sure, there's your clue. Like this game has ever been consistent with what colors mean what. I thought poison was purple, according to Pikmin, but never mind. Okay, so it's only when you fire that railgun thing that your tail actually goes down, is that it? Right, okay. So if I get behind you here, when you're about to do it, you're doing the roar now, but you're about to drop your tail to do the railgun, right? Nope, well, apparently not. Okay, you're gonna go over there and do it now. So I have to get you to do that way, because then I can actually get in here. Ah! That'll do. Well, rip to the 30 that it just decided we're dead, but at least I got out of the way of the slam on the ground then. Spice spray that all up. Oh, that wasn't enough! I don't want to do this again, though. This is the worst phase. By a long shot. Yeah, you can scream all you want. All I can... Ah! I can do that, too. You're not special. Louis, I hope you realize that those 30 are coming out of your paycheck. I mean, if you can put a price on... Well, never mind. Probably even Louis at this point is like, Jesus, this thing can do what? Alright, well, this is unfortunate, because a few of them are going to die when I throw them past it into that. That's just unavoidable. Oh, and it didn't even count. Why not? I mean, like, it was very clearly pointed at the right spot. But whatever. Okay, I'm going to throw 2 at there. Right, okay, there we go. Enough of this phase, please. Oh, just enough. End this phase. I don't want it anymore. It's a dumb phase. Oh, was that the last one? Oh, that's so frustrating that I lost 32 on the last one, but whatever, if we had to lose them anywhere. It's a shame, the lightning shock wouldn't really have helped a ton at the end of all that. Even though I spent so much money on making sure we had a bunch of them. Because it only stands for like a second and a half. Hey! Did we even get the sample? Or I guess there'll be skin cell samples on the collar, so there's that. Louie! Up you get, boyo.
Louie?
Oh, thank goodness. I think he's okay. Ugh, what a grade A troublemaker. I couldn't have said it better myself. And what about that giant dog? I don't think we have to worry about them now. They're long gone and probably best that they stay that way. I don't think we should try and domesticate them. Looks like it got away. I don't know how we're going to cure Ochi now. I mean, this collar was pretty tight around its neck. I don't even know how we got it off. There, the dog's collar. It must have fallen off. It could contain lingering particles or fur from that giant dog. If so, I may just be able to make a medicine after all. Yes! Whew. I'll take that tiny glimmer of hope for now. Grab that collar and let's go. Glimmer of hope is such a key phrase in this series. Don't forget to secure Louie. I'm not sure my heart can take another high-stakes pursuit. See, I feel bad because that I got those 32 killed in that fight has made Louie's crime in this graver, and I feel that it's, I feel that weighing on my soul deeply right now. In my defense, the rest of the phases were so chill in that all the elements were ones that you could be called off of, and it turned green, not red, so I assumed that all its projectiles would be poison. I don't think that was unfair to assume, even if the projectiles were red, but it would be exceedingly boring to try and replay this fight just to get that phase without dying, so I won't do it. Let's just carry on and take a win where we have one, right? Even if it makes me feel like a loser. Bonk! Collar restored! You heard her. Let's get Louie out of here. Yes, please. He looks in a pretty bad way, to be honest. Thank you for not swallowing him whole, Ochi. That makes me really anxious when you do that with castaways. Louie, Hokutate Freight employee, home planet Hokutate, the quiet new driver and embodiment of the word troublemaker. He has a ravenous and alarmingly adventurous appetite. All right, let's mount up, Ochi. I'm not sure what he's capable of. We may need to tie him up later just to be safe. Oh, we're just rerunning all the Pikmin 3 hits, aren't we? I don't think that's necessary. Excellent. Now that you've secured the collar and Louie, head on back. Go, Ochi! Ochi was MVP for sure. I wasn't nearly as helpful. The giant dog's collar has some fur on it. This should be enough to make a cure for Ochi. Maybe I'll recreate some completely new medicine while I'm at it. Maybe indeed. Sorry, my voice is gonna be a little huskier. It's always just worse when I'm recording in the evening. It was morning when I started, but then the interruption changed everything. Off we go, Oatster! And goodbye, large dog thing. You put up one heck of a fight. I don't really know why you can do the same thing the Smoky Prog can. Rescue one, pup drive up by one. Sparkly undiscovered, all this junk, and a bunch of sets completed as well, because that is all the treasure in the game, we have to imagine. 48 treasures, things recovered. I wonder what set the collar is from. All those 32 deaths were on the last floor, and particularly, like, the last 5 seconds of that last phase. It's fine. I'm mature, I'm an adult, I can handle that. I don't need to reset. In fact, it already saved. It's out of my hands, I think. I'm pretty sure it's saved. Yes, I don't believe we were going to find anything else in the primordial thicket, so we can head on out of there now. Thank you, UI. Things to do at the Rescue Command Post. You can replay cleared Dondori battles and Dondori challenges as many times as you like at the Rescue Command Post. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that there are side missions in this game? And you can equip and unequip. Okay, I'm done. Moz and Olyar here. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Not everyone made it back. I regret to inform you. But the total results of this day, actually that was the only thing we did in this day, right? Because it booted us back to base before it let us go all the way back to Louie. Rescue complete! No more castaways on this planet! Jazz hands! You did it. All castaways have been rescued. You two have proven to be talented rescue officers and an exemplary team. Well done, Leonochi. Thank you, Captain. That means a lot coming from you. He was apparently an expert at martial arts and running and stuff. Soulful Musician series. Complete. Completion bonus. A metric butt ton. 558, that's like the most we've gotten from completion bonus for any of them, isn't it? It may dang well be. Talisman of Life Phoenix. Hands of Fate series. Complete. Completion bonus 96. A little underwhelming. Moving it along here. Whole bunch of repeat ones we've already had a whole bunch of so far. The paint series. Soulful Artist series. Got the red and the green paint down here. Which one is the green? For glow Pikmin, I guess. Oh yeah, I could have made a few more with the glow seeds. Well, it wasn't really necessary. All we needed was the 2 purple Pikmin to weigh it down, and then the rest of them did a fair enough damage. Excuse me. And the Sacred Sphere series, 330 completion bonus. Not bad at all. And bringing it along, Unfinished Statue, Ancient Secret series. Complete. Completion bonus. Oh, that's got to be the most we've gotten for as a completion bonus. It probably tells you, doesn't it? Oh, and Memory Fragment series. This one I really want to see the whole thing complete. Complete! 180. Not bad at all. Nothing to scoff at. With all these completion bonuses, this is probably going to be the day where we got the most sparkly ammo at once. Newly Nostalgic series. Got that too. 350, it's my guess. Oh, I was way off. And don't see it specs. Ultra Hyper Technology series is going to be like 120 because there are only 4 things. Yeah, you did 72 off. That's not bad. I guess they were pretty expensive things. And a whole bunch of fruit we found at the end there. Gift of Friendship. Modern Amenities series. It's with this set for some reason. The set of sealing things and locking them together. I don't see how the pinwheels fits in with them. $6,128 sparkly in one day, adding to a new total of 43,697. I dare say we have enough fuel to get back home now. Primordial Thicket, investigation complete. All areas, 100% investigated. Clap it out. There's gonna be nothing but mission complete screens from here on out, friends. Welcome home, Mochi. And you too, Lee. They did it. A magnificent feat. Yes, good work. Now I need to harvest some of the fur, so give me that car. Hey, that thief drank almost all my juice. Now there are only 2 left. And we'll be needing those to create the curative medicine. That's right. It's too bad, though. It's just so delicious. Speaking of medicine, we need it right away. Yanni, please hurry. I'll have it done by morning. I suppose now is a good time for Louie and I to have a little chat. Could you give us a minute? No need to untie him just yet. Okay, but please remember to keep it civil. Oh no, poor Louie. I mean, as pitiable as he is, he did sort of bring this one on himself, I think. So final musical treasures is complete, final creature species complete, explore all caves complete, collect all treasures complete, investigate all areas 100% complete. It's the only side quest that isn't one of the renewable ones that we haven't done is all the structures. We're only missing 7, though, which is not bad. So I wonder, will it just boot us to the end of the game right now, or will we have a chance to walk around base for a bit and turn in all those quests and such now? All right, Ochi, let's get you cured. Indeed. I'll administer the medicine now. Ochi's such a good boy. Look how patient he's waiting for the medicine. Have you ever seen a dog so good at the vet? I mean, I've never had a dog, so I wouldn't know. But have you ever? Yay! Look at you with a pom-pom! It worked! His tail! It's back to normal! Are you going to try giving some to Moss? There were only 2 juices left, right? So it might be worth seeing if Moss was originally a different kind of dog or if Moss was born here. Oh, thank the universe! Ochi can come home with us! Okay, Moss, you're up next. It appears to have no effect on Moss. I don't think you tried. So Moss was just born here then. If she was born with her leaf tail, there may be no way to revert her condition. There must be some way to cure her.
It's alright, Colin. This is how it's meant to be.
But, Olimar...
Moss was born and raised on this planet. It would be wrong to change what she is for reasons she can't comprehend. This is her home. It's where she belongs.
Are you sure?
I am. And I know it's how Moss feels too.
Move! Which is why she's tried to sneak away on the ship with you for some reason. No, I'm joking. We all have our own homes to get back to. And I think it's time we said goodbye to this planet. Officers, prepare for our voyage home.
Copy that! Copy that!
Mission Kurochi complete! Clear! Oh, look at you, Ochi, in the portrait. With everyone's help, Ochi's tail has been cured. Now we can all get off this planet together. Thank goodness. Sweet. So is it doing that now, or do we have to, save complete? That was a weird way that did that. I guess so. But that means that after the credits again, or whatever happens at the end here, I would like to hop back to base just to turn in all those quests because it'll be ultimate satisfaction and read the last few log entries. But that looks like our last day on PNF 404 in this game. Oh, what a journey it's been, what a ride! I feel like we didn't really say goodbye to the Pikmin. Thanks for all dying for us because of our sheer stupidity. Our flight path is clear and all safety mechanisms are in good working order. All officers are prepared for takeoff. Engines fired up.
Primary engine ready.
All right, ready for launch.
You had a success. We rescued all the castaways and cured every last leafling. We can go home without any regrets.
You should all be proud of yourselves and the excellent work you've done here. Next stop, home. That's a shepherd. Launch! Copy that! Oh, I was expecting it to just immediately float then, but no, sorry, we gotta load another cutscene before it launches into space. Goodbye, Pikmin! Goodbye, Moss! We'll never forget you! Except for in like 2 or 3 years when we replay the game again, and we'll be like, who are you? We have to meet you again. Oh, this game is gonna be fun to do deathless. Actually, this one won't be so bad to do deathless with all the rewinding features they give you. None of the other games let you rewind midday and all that. Bye!
I hope we meet again, dear Pikmin.
I think that's Olimar speaking. I thought I heard his voice. Here comes some more onions to see us off, as usual. Oh, and Olimar's in his own, has his dolphin, right? I was like, did one of the Pikmin steal his dolphin? And like we arrived, gone in a flash. Oh, the Wingfin's carrying the red one up. They all seem so confused whenever you leave in these games. But Moss has learned some leadership, so I think she and the Pikmin will be alright together, right? Probably. There's the Dundori Dojo at the bottom there. What? What did you see? Oh no. Oh, Hecklesbury! Yeah, you guys better put a run on. We should have let them with some of that spicy spray, huh? I feel a bit bad about that now that we just took all that ourselves. Well, there you have it. And like a whisper, we were gone into the night sky. Returned home. What, do you suppose they'll give us a second credits roll? I can't remember if Pikmin 2 does that or not. I don't think so. Here we go.
And so, at long last,
Oh right, Olimar was narrating at the very beginning of this game.
thanks to the brave efforts of the Rescue Corps, I finally made my way home.
To space, where I live, because all I said about my home planet was a lie. Zoom! Both went to hyperspace, or super light speed as Olimar called it, the same time. What a shot. The end. Is there going to be a little happy come in the middle of it, like in the first game? No, I guess not. I thought there were some weird noises, but it was just the music. Yay!
Until my next adventure.
Olimar will return in Pikmin 5. No, okay. Rescues 50 out of 50. Mission length 44 days, 45, roughly 46 hours. 196 Pikmin lost. Sparklium 43,000 in total. 40,000 from treasure. 23,000 of those were 22,300 of those were nuggets. 1,200 were creatures. Whole Picklepedia, the whole treasure catalog. 100% at every area. Raw material. Oh, that's in total. I was like, we had 4,000. I didn't spend it. Eesh. Oh, the poor blue Pikmin. It's mostly Peckish Aristocrats that did that, right? I mean, poor all of them. Jeepers. I'm a terrible leader. I should have been better. I should have been better. When you resume your rescue file, you can continue playing from where you left off. Good. That's just what I wanted to hear. And back to title with us. Marvelous. Ooh, gallery. That's a new option. Experience the excitement all over again. You watch the cutscenes you've seen so far. I wonder if there are any we missed. Olimar Shipwreck. Oh, it's not going to show us. It's just all the ones. Olimar Shipwreck Tail. Escaped? Olimar Shipwreck Tail. No escape. Oh, even Louis is hanging around a base now. I want to go talk to him as well. So let's load this on what will be Exploration Day 45, I suppose. Just so we can turn in all the quests and talk to everybody. So we can have a nice thing to close this out. And then I'll give my end review of everything because I think that's only fair. We do it after we see all the rewards they're going to give us. So is there no New Game Plus option? Because if so, that would be so weird that they... Because there's no way to get the lineup bugle or the final skill without all the castaways and all the treasure, basically. Oh, day 44 this is, my mistake. Which is, again, so cool, because this is episode 44 of the series, not counting any side episodes. That's so weird that we actually managed to line it up that way. And since I was trying for one episode a day, I was trying to make a Pikmin 4 daily episode. We've basically been at this for as many days as they have, canonically, which is kind of cool. What's going on here? Did everyone forget how to prepare for launch?
No, it's my fault, Captain. I was able to clear up our communication issues and made contact with Rescue Corps HQ. They'd like us to stand by for a little longer until they're prepared to receive all the survivors we found here.
I believe I speak for all the castaways you've rescued when I say we'll do whatever the Rescue Corps requires.
Well then let's put off our departure for a bit longer. Officers, do what needs to be done. In the meantime, Bernard, make all the necessary preparations so we can return home as soon as we're ready. Copy that. I'll be standing by and ready to take off at a moment's notice. This is just their canon explanation for why we're still hanging around after that, in case we wanted to go back and 100% stuff we hadn't done it already, but we were pretty thorough the first time, so let's turn in this quest. What? You're joking. No one could have investigated all the areas that fast.
Sorry about it, Dingo.
We did that. You're like a full-fledged ranger now. Maybe I can talk him into doing all the work from now on. Or maybe not. Well, looks like it's time to head home with Ochi. You know, everyone you rescued, they're all grateful for what you did.
Well, that's good, because I'm grateful to you for teaching Ochi the legendary skill.
Infinite Rush. He learned Infinite Rush. Good boy. Have a bone. Keep up the good work. And remember, no slacking. You got it, boss? Oh, come on. We gotta try out the Infinite Rush, right? Let's Infinite Rush from one side of the campsite to the other. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi-ho, Ochi, away! Oh, that's awesome. Love that for us. Hey there, Moss.
When I saw Ochi running endlessly earlier, I remembered something. I believe Moss can also run at a brisk pace without ever tiring.
Fun. Any more to chat about?
If that gigantic dog is truly genetically similar to... Sorry. If that gigantic dog truly is genetically similar to Ochi and Moss, then perhaps Ochi's ancestors left this planet at some point. Which would indicate that this planet may have once been home to intelligent life, advanced enough to travel into space.
Well, the treasure here would suggest as much.
If you think I can be of any help, please don't be shy.
Sure, thanks, Ollie. Louis! Friend.
I'm Louis. I kinda want to stay here.
I'm so sorry to hear that. Why does it you still have a quest above you?
I'm hungry. I want something fresh. Go find a cave, get me some grub, before the onion gets it.
Find 4 dwarf bulborbs. What is this about? Fit for a feast. All you do is get materials out of this. They're super yummy in stews and soups. I think I spotted some of the something hollows. Maybe we'll go back and do like a side episode where we finish off any like the last 2 quests, like the building one and the Louis one later. But I'm sort of fine without doing that for now. Oh, we got a new entry in the 2 new entries in the diary. My mistakes. Irma Shepard, captain of the command. This is her. Right. This is her diary. Now that so many castaways have been rescued and cured, that now that they shower us with words of gratitude, I finally feel like I'm starting to live up to my father's legacy, to the legacy of all my ancestors, and what a reward that is. I'm finally happy to be me. All of that worrying is in the past. As it fades away, I feel so much lighter. That's such a serious thing. The feeling of like not quite living up to what you want to be yet, because there's nothing you can do to speed that along except to try harder, right? It's not like you can just make it happen today. That's a feeling I've felt before of like, you know, whether you believe in destiny or not, you're like, I know I'm not at where I need. Well, I mean, when no, I'm only 22. I'm not ancient yet, but like, I do feel like I'm not in the place in my life yet where I'm like, I can say that, like, I'm happy at where I'm at, and I'm finally at where I'm finally living up to what I've always wanted to be. So mad props, Irma. And I hope I'll be able to say the same someday. The heroic rescue of every last castaway on an unknown planet. Surely tales of this incredible undertaking will be told for all eternity. How can I possibly thank Lee and Ochi? They should be proud of what they've achieved. I'm proud of you too, Captain. And to our family history, we're going to hear from the first captain who's going to be like, we left Earth! Arl Shepard, first captain. The surface, we made it at last. Finally, we can begin making a fresh start here on this planet. Of course, it will take many long months and years before we built, what we built here will be anything like what we once had, but we won't be alone. Our beloved dogs will be by our side as we walk this long, difficult road. Right, so presumably Shepard is a descendant human, because the Shepard family are all from Gaia, and Gaia is Earth, and they mentioned in one of these, this one, 7th Captain. at that point, it would be like generations down, so they'd be like telling stories about Earth a long time ago, and no one would be alive who was actually there. So it makes sense it would have passed into myth and legend. Weird that they would have ended up back here after all that time in the end. Oh, did we just get all the log entries now? Pikmin all lost. I got careless and all the Pikmin perished as a result. Horrified, I made my way back to the base, only to find that the Onion had released one Pikmin seed. This behavior likely developed to prevent extinction. I've sworn to take better care next time. Cross my heart. We didn't get that because we never extincted all the Pikmin. That's nice. Oh, that was the only one we were missing from Olimar. And as for Louis... Golden Pikmin carrots. My favorite thing in all space to eat, but hard to come by. If I did find some, I'd devour them all to my heart's content. I'm just waiting for the right delivery job. Louis, you're making it very hard for me to stick up for you and claim it was an accident and that you couldn't help yourself now. Now it sounds premeditated. So like I was saying, it doesn't seem like there's anywhere that's really tracking, like, did you get all the side quests? So I'm not feeling fussed to go and do those side quests all now, but maybe someday we'll return and do the one that Osa asked us to do, and then the one that Louis is asking us to do. We just have to kill a bunch of monsters to give him food, I guess, but... Look at that, you've collected all the musical treasures. How extraordinary, Lee. To show my appreciation, I can offer you my instrument. I plan to dedicate myself to working with these new instruments. Music of mass culture, and of course it's the lineup trumpet. Far too late to be useful, except in Louis' quest, I guess. This trumpet is quite intriguing. The sound of it makes one feel compelled to step right into formation. If you hold... Right, okay. Can I do Ochi with it? I can! Let's turn this Kingsley Flowers quest while we've got a chance. And now it's time to finish off these last few logs. Last ones of the game. I know it's sad, but we better read them. It's happened! You've collected every last treasure. I'm so pleased I asked you to assist with this endeavor that I might cry. Yeah, please, you must accept this. Oh, sure, thanks. Pretty gems. Thanks to you, the treasure catalog is now complete. I'm so grateful. I'm tempted to give you all the raw materials. I don't really need it anymore, so I wouldn't worry about it. What a pleasant surprise. Louis, that delightful fellow, contributed descriptions to my treasure catalog. His entries have a unique style. Truly, they are not to be missed. You should give them a read. They're all going to be like about, this one doesn't taste very good. We should also definitely at some point go back and do all the Louis ones, but for now I'm just going to focus on the Schnauz and Olimar ones because that's... Doing all the Louis ones would be 239 of them. It would take an absorbent amount of time, but someday in the future we'll come back, read all of Louis' entries, and take on those last few side quests, but not today. Dogs have been a dear and most faithful companion since the dawn of civilization. This necklace represents that ancient and honorable bond, both physically and spiritually. A well-worn necklace such as this is the mark of a friendship like no other. The lovely patina on this piece of evidence is evidence of a deep bond between this dog and its companion. A dog never truly forgets their owner, and an owner will remember their dog for life. Eternal truths such as this are transcend all times and galaxies. Just so, because I'm curious, like, what does Louis have to say about this? Could be useful for plating food. The holes might be a problem, but otherwise it's perfect. I think this might be money. Hopefully I'll be able to collect some more. God, I can't wait to read all this. But not just yet. Memory fragment, center right. That dark pupil staring out at me. It's as if I can see right through me. Through anything and anyone. Surely it has the power to know my deepest secrets. Good thing I don't have anything to hide. No, really, I don't. Okay, stop looking at me like that. This unknown organism bears the strongest resemblance to the dogs on my planet. I'm amazed that such similar species could exist in the far reaches of outer space. I've heard that organic components can travel through space and on meteorites and comets. Could there be a connection between my planet and this one? Sphere of Desire. It said the Sacred Sphere has the power to make the most deeply held desires come true, more so than any other orb in the Sacred Sphere series. Oh, what greedy wishes must have been wished upon it. Surely the maker of this orb wanted something near unattainable, but who among us hasn't felt such avarice? There's nothing in the universe more interesting than the universe itself. A curious and inquisitive mind will never be satisfied no matter how much you explore. I hope I feel this way as long as I can. It's important to stay interested in your work. I suppose I agree. I think I'll be interested in this work for as long as I can do it, because it's, I love video games. This is the one that's the Mario lullaby, right? So we already heard that. The song played on this device is intended to make the listener feel sleepy and yet terrified to fall asleep at the same time. How odd that a piece of music can make you feel like you're staring down a mouthful of razor-sharp teeth. There's a healing quality to the song, and I can't help but gravitate toward it. Perhaps this is a machine meant to lure prey for a stronger predator. The strong do have a disproportionate advantage on this planet. Wait, then does that make me the weaker prey? It might, Olimar. Especially as the games go on, your melee attacks get weaker. Uniquely you, Goo. Red is red, of course. Or is it? First, there are many shades of red, and second, even the same shade of red means different things to different individuals. For some, red is a painful fire. For others, it's a warm love. Maybe there's a one-of-a-kind red for us all. This is my favorite color. I love how it imbues passion and emotion to everything it touches. Come to think of it, the first Pikmin I encountered were red. Perhaps that's why I instinctively trusted them. Colors can influence behavior in all kinds of ways. Neon Goo! Like a neon sign blinking at night or a luminous bug flitting across a field at sunset, this color grabs your eye and it doesn't let go. But will you follow where it leads? Neon, by its very nature, may lure you toward adventure or danger. Who knows what a goo of this hue has in store for you? The same color as the glow Pikmin that appear while exploring at night. Many think neon colors are artificial, but they're actually the result of certain materials reacting to short wavelengths of light. So they really are, they are quite natural and another example of how our perception can be unreliable. Unfinished statue.
HQ. Many have wondered what this statue would have looked like if the artist had completed the work. Would the arms have been folded, held straight out? Might wings have been carved where the arms belong? If only the artist hadn't stopped at such a crucial juncture. Though I confess nothing is more fun than guessing when there's no right answer to be found. What manner of calamities had befallen the planet at the time of this statue was created? Apocalyptic catastrophes? Extreme weather? The wrath of the gods? The questions that artifacts like this inspire are what make them truly valuable. I mean, considering your Geiger counter going berserk, I think nuclear warfare seems a safe bet. Connection detector. This enigmatic object seems designed to connect onto something, or maybe to make a connection between two things, but what does it connect to, or whom does it connect? Well, we can all agree that everything is better with connection than without, except for mobile games. Sharing is one of civilization's most important virtues. We share food, shelter, stories, and even sometimes checks. Oh, like money, I see. I can only hope this belief is also held by the president of our company. I'd like him to share in the form of a holiday bonus this year. Don't see it specs, an incredible invention. These glasses block out things you don't want to see while letting you see the things you do want to see. Is this a healthy way to view the world? I'm not sure it is, but I'm also not here to judge. Keep those glasses as far away from Twitter as you possibly can. These shutters make it difficult to see clearly ahead, so I'm not sure why they'd be found in a dark cave, and it's not as though they could be used as a proper hiding place. They remind me of playing hide and seek with my kids and pretending not to see them. Finally, Talisman of Life Phoenix. I've heard a story about a company that was in decline, but when they hung this wafer above the entry door, their performance shot up from the ashes like a phoenix. Maybe if I hang this picture, it'll light a fire under my appraisal business. What business? This card? You just make stuff up, I swear. Maybe this object would help increase productivity at Hotate Freight. So would a better spaceship. Maybe it's my fault. If I stopped miraculously surviving such dangerous situations, the president might realize we need to upgrade our equipment. Yeah, Olimar, being real selfish about that. Now let's look at every set now that we've completed every one and found each individual item. The Rubber Cutie series! Oh, look at all the duckies. Oh, I like that the dapper one isn't like at the back. It sort of falls in line with the rest. Sweet Tooth series! Oh, that is really nicely laid out. I do like that. Oh, I couldn't eat another bite at the moment. I had a hearty Thanksgiving dinner. Dazzle series. Now that is a shiny setup. I love that this, the ring pops there as well. And I love that the candle counts as one of these. Recreation Recollection series. We got 4 golf balls somewhere in the middle of that from like an armored cannon beetle or an arctic cannon beetle, right? So we wouldn't have had this one complete before. All the poker chips spilling out of the purse. This I gotta see. There's something really, really satisfying about having gathered all those individually and seeing them in a pile here like this. The Modern Amenities series. Look at all the buttons. We have so many buttons. Look how much buttons we have. Look at this color too. It's pretty well worn, but still pretty sharp color. And finally the puzzle piece. This I gotta see it all together. Oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Oh, that's sweet that they all got stuck together in the end. But yeah, as we were saying, only 12 pieces, so it suggested it was a kid's puzzle. Oh no. Breakfast series, extravagant breakfast series. Just as we left it. The billiard series? Oh, I thought they were going to be all lined up in a big triangle. This is still nice in its own way. The spring crop series. Lovely. 2 cantaloupes. Look at that. I never noticed we had spring, summer, and autumn. Anyway, the summer fruit series. Look at that. Oh, this is probably my favorite of the bunch. I'm not a huge watermelon guy, but I love me some grapes and peaches. I don't mind raspberries. Those are some freaking big raspberries, though. They're like as big or bigger than the grapes. Well, I guess some grapes aren't all that big. The autumn harvest series, man, a ton of fruit in here. I do love a good kiwi as well. And pears. So I wouldn't mind this set. Oh no, yeah, there's also the winter one, Winter Reserve series. All these. I mean, it is hard to beat a nice, good apple. Tropical Pickens series. Oh my, look at all of them. I do love me a good banana as well. I like mango whenever I try it usually, but I wouldn't pick it out of a crowd of fruit. I'm not sure I've ever tried starfruit or dragon fruit. I think for my money, of all the fruit sets, I'd probably go for summer because it's grapes and peaches. Which fruit set would you do? Spring, summer, autumn, winter, or tropical? Moving along though, the bedtime series. Nice. The doll series. Oh, look at them all. The gourmet series. I think we already had everything for this one, right? Yeah, it looks that way. The Soul of a Musician series. These we did not have all of. The way they're set up on the stairs is nice. The 3 musical boxes together. The Great Adventure series was like the first one we completed, in fact. I think. All those days ago in the sun-speckled terrace. The Roundabout Express series! Choo-choo. This is a cool one. Oral Augment series. I'm not sure we'd ever looked at this one. I guess we didn't have it complete. Right. Because the Dog Bowl is a recent addition to our party. If you want to call it that. The Robot! This one we definitely had completed already. All the paints, though. I wonder how they're going to spread these out. Oh, just all in a row. There's something really satisfying about the way they're all differently crunkled as well. Well, it seems to get less used as it goes along, which is kind of interesting also. Like, the red one's been used a whole bunch, but the green one not so much. Oh my god!
I only just noticed that I think one of that instrument, does it disappear when you observe closer? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it all gets to be a pared back version of the theme once you zoom in. That's really cool. There's the whole Ancient Relic series, and then the horn comes back when you're in the menu. I didn't notice that before. That's really cool. Gifts from the Sages series, all these things, all right? Paleontology series. I think we already had this one complete. As with this one, or did we only just get one of the last few darts, maybe? That may be. It's really satisfying the way it's divided sort of symmetrically, with the different ones being on the other end and then the 3 the same darts in the middle. And finally, the newly nostalgic series is all complete. All the Control-Oli-Olis. Oh, look at them all. Oh, and they've even put the Game Boy games into the things. That's so cool. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Can you actually, like, play it? That would be really cool if you could. No, I pressed start. It's not doing anything. That would be hilarious if you could. And with this one, all you could do is turn it on and off. Anyway, Ultra Hyper Technology series. Bring. I can't believe that thing still works. Nature's Candy series. Lovely, lovely. 2 pumpkins, all the tomatoes and stuff. Some good hearty veggies. Oh, and the swords. This is the one I really want to see. Nice. Okay, it actually doesn't look that weird the way they've laid it out. I thought since the pink one only had 2 that it would look weird, but it doesn't. That looks pretty cool. Toys of Giants series. I think we maybe had a look at this one already because we had, I think, all this stuff before we left last. The Collection Obsession series. All the gold splayed out over the cards. There's something really interesting and poetic about that. Well, maybe not poetic as much as it's just, you know, we associate gold so strongly with money, and money so strongly with gambling, and gambling so strongly with cards, or at least I do. And the final series, the Hands of Fate series. All in a row there. I do love how they get sort of some of associations right. Like, I suppose you could argue that luck is involved with tarot cards and dice. But then some of them, they don't quite get really the association right between them. Like, a picture of someone's dog is not exactly as... Well, in our perspective nowadays, it's not as historically interesting as maybe one of these statues or something. But I guess thinking about it now, a miniature version of the Statue of Liberty and someone's household photograph of a dog would be pretty historical items, as well as this thing, really. Anyway, that's all the treasure catalog looked at. Picklepedia, I think the only new monster we found was, there's the toxic puff stool and the big dog.
I couldn't be happier. At last the Picklepedia of my dreams is complete. This extraordinary book is sweet yet ferocious, adorable yet dangerous. It's the most exceptional book of its kind.
I'm so glad you're happy about it. I don't really need any more of the materials. You guys can sell those when you get home and get yourselves some pocket change. I'm not doing anything important on this planet anymore.
This is it, a record of love for all nature. We wove this together through hard work and dedication. Reflecting on the little darlings we've encountered so far, it makes my heart beat triple time.
I'm glad you're so happy about this.
I took down Louis' comments about the creatures he'd encountered. The content was a bit shocking, but it's a type of love, I think. You can take a look, if you like.
They're recipes. I don't need to look to know that. Although I am really curious about how he chooses to cook and eat some of these things. In fact, I have a lot of questions that I want answered right now, actually, about how you eat a smoky prog. Egg tastes best when smoked. The flavor of the belly and the head is pleasantly warming. Not what I expected. Oh my god, wait. He's gonna have recipes for the Pikmin, isn't he? Looks like a Pikmin carrot. I bet it tastes good, but I'm practicing self-restraint. Oh my god, I can't wait to read all of Louis. Very good. Titan Blowhog. Sus Draconis. Hypertrophic. Massive gouts of flame boa from the gigantic body with astonishing force, enough to make you think of a volcanic eruption. This critter exhibits the power of nature's fury. One can be truly overwhelmed by the sight of the Titan Blowhog's raging torrents of fire. Due to a hormone abnormality, this fiery Blowhog specimen has grown to an irregularly giant size. As a result, its mouth and the organs that regulate its fire-breathing capabilities are significantly larger. So the firepower of the specimen greatly exceeds that of its normal counterpart. The fire it produces is actually so strong that the stress it places on the creature's internal organs is magnified, thus reducing its overall lifespan. This specimen is also unable to reproduce. Toxstool. Parasitus pseudofungi elastesis. See how it toddles and bounces on its wee little footsies as it goes for a stroll, scattering extremely toxic spores along the way? This creature is a walking nuisance, but there's an odd kind of charm in that bothersome nature that makes it hard to leave alone. Much like the puffstool, the toxstool is neither animal nor fungus, but a mix of the two, an ambulofungus. It doesn't serve as a producer or consumer role in the ecosystem, but functions instead as a decomposer. It primarily parasitizes other living organisms by blanketing them with its spores. However, the toxstool can infect a deceased specimen as well. So this is basically the end result of all those mold monsters we've been seeing along the way. Its hyphae is able to move through the muscles and control the body as if bringing it back from the dead. The way the fungal filaments grow differs based on the host organism. In some cases, they may cause hosts to wander around in search of food to facilitate a more nutrient-rich fungal culture medium. They can also just use the host as a means to scatter more spores. And finally, Ancient Sirehound. Deacanis perditum. Who knows what family. A coat that's dense and rough like a primeval forest, a stench like a wet canine, and a shockingly toasty body temperature. Clearly a dog in every sense. The long history of dogs being companions we can rely on triggers an instinctive reaction throughout our entire bodies. If I were left on this planet with this massive cutie, I'd be content. I'd be a little scared. If we harvest mesenchymal stem cells from this gigantic canine creature and cultivate them with glow sap, the generated serum should return Ochi's leafified tail to normal once administered. These results would indicate that 99.9% of the canine creature's DNA matches Ochi's, and the only difference between Ochi and moss may be the natural presence or absence of a leaf tail. If these two theories prove to be true, it would suggest the possibility that this ancient creature is a common ancestor to two canine species from vastly remote star systems, and that perhaps there are even more hidden secrets out there that could hint at a fascinating yet inconceivable truth the universe has yet to reveal. I think we worked out what it is. Maybe. Any more quests to turn in? The one about caves.
It seems I do have excellent judgment. You really are a top-notch pupil, both in name and reality.
What?
Or did you? I guess they said something about my name the first time we met. In recognition of your great achievements, I'd like to offer this phrase I keep in mind as parting words to you. You can always find me in the pits. I hope we get a chance to explore some caves together one day. Sure. It's a date. I think, friends, that is all of the talking points we have, so it's time for my end game review. We could buy some more stuff, though. Oh, Ochi deserves some bones.
I like you. Not as much as I like critters, but quite a bit.
Thank you. Let's go somewhere where there's a non-hostile critter and just sort of hang out with them. Like this one. Oh, Ochi, can I use items here? Oh my god, I can use infinite bones. We don't even have to use any of the ones from our home. Ochi, Ochi, come get me. Ochi, come get me. Yee! Let's make tag, Ochi. Let's make tag. Oh, you got me. Good boy. Hey, get him all, Ochi. Get him all. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Who's a good boy? It's you. Yes, it is. You're the bestest boy. Oh my god, how big can we make his health bar? Is that the max? I guess it doesn't go any higher than that. He's full. Good boy, good boy. Right, if I stand too close to them, it's going to make that noise over and over and be kind of annoying. Let's just find a spot we like so I can talk about have an end review all standing in the same place. We'll just lounge about on a hill together, shall we? So, I'm very pleased we got to the end of it, not least of which because we can finally get back to our normal schedule and we don't have to wait like 3 weeks in between every Ace Attorney episode and stuff now. But also because that was an remarkable game. That was a remarkable game. I had an amazing time with this game, and I'm, in a way, also very relieved, because it's, especially with a series that's as short as this is only the 4th game, not including Hey You, Pikmin, of course, because I haven't played it, I'm talking about mainline games, so there's always the like, slight worry that it's like, maybe they just got lucky the first 3 times, and this one's not gonna be that good, but it was pretty damn good. I think I started to feel this around the middle of the game, and I think I'm confident in saying it now, that my ranking goes, for the 4 Pikmin games I've played, Pikmin 2 at the top, Pikmin 1 and 4 tied in the middle, and then Pikmin 3 at the bottom. Again, no shade to Pikmin 3, it's a lovely game, I think. I still think it's a pretty good game, but I was very pleased with this game. So, okay, usually I go by category, don't I? I have so many notes for this as well. I have a bunch of notes in here that, like, they just say, like, 4 end review on them. Like, is that one there? Yeah, well, it's in horrible chicken scratch, but so I have to parse through back to page 1 of Pikmin 4 and find them all. Very, very good. So do I usually start with visuals? What do I usually start with even? I think I usually start with visuals. I adored the visuals in this game tremendously. I think it was probably pretty obvious the whole way through. I should just keep the camera here. I think the characters are all like they're all designed in really cool ways. What I liked especially was that there's a lot of very expressiveness from the party from your side of the party. Like Ochi and the Pikmin are all extremely expressive. I love all the different idle animations they have where like Ochi will actually interact with the Pikmin or Lee will. Like we only saw Lee one at the end where they were doing the stretches and the Pikmin were doing it with them. But there was that one time where like Ochi sneezed and they all got blown back, or like he laid down and then they all played on him and stuff like that. That was all really cool. All the monsters have great expressions and stuff like that. I mean, the textures and all the sort of photorealistic quality of it is all really cool. It's kind of weird because it thinking back on what Pikmin 3 looked like to me, it looks pretty similar to this in my mind. It wouldn't have been this good, I don't think, on the Wii U. But I remember being pretty impressed with Pikmin 3 when it came out as well. Like, it was a massive step up from Pikmin 2 for one thing. But even for the Wii U, I thought it looked pretty good. Here, I would say this game visually met my expectations in every element. Well, one thing I would have said, I guess this sort of falls under aesthetics and sort of, I don't know, it sort of doesn't, sort of doesn't. I thought it was a bit weird that all the different castaways were basically like pulling from the same character creator as your character. And I get that was just, I guess that the idea behind that was just that that you wouldn't see an NPC and be like, man, I like their hair more than mine. But it did feel like half of them look sort of the same, which isn't exactly, I mean, it's not like what a deal breaker, game ruined for me, but it's I feel like it might have served like the narrative a bit more. Well, the narrative not exactly, but the themes a bit more. There's a big theme in this one about like the dividing lines between like races and stuff like that. Not that it like plays a massive like earth-shattering part of the narrative or areas this thing, but it's very frequently touched upon and stuff, like especially in how Shepard's diary, how she's all. And I think, is this like maybe paraphrasing something a real astronaut said at some point? Anyway, she was all, I went up into space and I looked down at the planet and I looked into the faces of the people beside me and I saw myself or whatever she said and everything like that. So it kind of would have felt like a bit more poignant if they all looked so different from one another, but you were still able to like talk to them and have good relationships with all of them, but they all kind of look the same, so it's a little bit like, are we really from different planets, or are we from like the same family? But maybe that was part of the point too. Anyway, I mean the character creation isn't like a huge part of it. You spend half the game zoomed out so far anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. I guess that they weren't like a plethora of options, but anyway, that was just one little thing that came to my mind. Other than that, the visuals were, I mean, pretty stunning. Let's talk music, shall we? This game, I feel upset saying it because part of it is that I was playing with earbuds, so I need to acknowledge my bias in that. If I were playing with better headphones, I would have been able to have a bit more of a full experience of it. But even when I was editing back, I was using my good headphones, and my comments that I'm about to say, I think, still held at that point. All the music that I heard in this game was pretty damn great. There was a lot of the music in this game that I did not hear, because the sound balancing was such that all I could hear was the Pikmin screaming whenever we were in boss battles and stuff like that, which is a shame, because I think they created, like, a bunch of unique boss themes for a bunch of the bosses. The only two that are really sticking out that I can remember are the Groovy Longlegs, which had the dubstep that came out, and then the dog at the end, the ancient Shirehound that had the crash metal and stuff. I think it's because those two were loud enough to be heard over the Pikmin, but I don't want to say I was disappointed. I was slightly disappointed. The music that I heard was still very good and very in keeping with the whole Pikmin vibe of like making it there's sort of like an element. There's an element of the music in all the Pikmin games where it's sort of chill, even when stressful things are happening. I think a lot of the time, to give you that sort of feel of like you're literally like looking down at a bunch of ants crawling around on the ground, sort of thing, to give you that sense of scale of how small they are in comparison to the rest of the world. But then the music also gets tense because, you know, you're in an active, huge fight that you need to keep track of a lot of moving parts and stuff. And I liked they did, again, there's a really cool thing. So all the Pikmin games have this dynamic music thing where as it gets to sunset, the music changes. As you're in combat, the music changes. And then after Pikmin 1, they added stuff like if you're in the middle of working on a wall or carrying a treasure, or whatever thing, all these different things augment the music in some way, add a few instruments, remove a few others. And I think this game was taking it a step further, but I only started to notice it around the end that a few certain monsters added their own instruments, like the Spectralids added that weird whiny, whatever synthesizer sound, and the Matites added this little like helter-skelter because they're all running around and stuff. And that's a really cool choice, and would have been a heck of a lot of time spent doing that for every track in the game, right? But even still, and this goes a bit beyond the music as well, Pikmin 1 and 2 very rarely have a thing where like a boss comes up and it like does a cutscene starts and then a bunch of dialogue happens. That happens like once in Pikmin 2, maybe twice in Pikmin 2, not at all in Pikmin 1. It's very much like you walk into a room, it's silent, something rocks out of the ground, you're fighting now, and then the music kicks up. Pikmin 1 has only 2 boss themes. Pikmin 2 has the boss theme they reused for everything, then it has the Water Wraith, and then it has the final boss theme. And Pikmin 3 did something really cool. It had basically one major boss theme, that's for like a lot of the major bosses, and then and it was very intricate, and so the whole dynamic music thing comes into play in those games a lot. Like in Pikmin 2, so in Pikmin 1, there's just 2 boss themes, and they just play as long as you're fighting those bosses. They stop when the bosses die. In Pikmin 2, they made it a bit more intricate, where the boss theme, when the boss shows up, it starts with this big scary fanfare, and then every time the boss does like a little swipe, it hits with this like big orchestra stab. It's playing the music, and then it goes bonk. This is a boss attack, and then if the boss starts charging up for a huge attack, the music starts like ramping up, and then it drains everything but like this one bass pedal drum and like the brass section, and it starts just playing this cacophonous thing melody where all you can do is run away and everything like that. And so the music is sort of scored to fit the situation. And Pikmin 3 took that and sprinted with it. If you go to a Pikmin 3, a video of like searching up the Pikmin 3 boss theme complete version, and you look at the timestamps, there are like 30 because it's like every different moment has something scored to it. If it goes to attack you and gets a whole bunch of them, then it starts playing that like really tense where all your Pikmin are being like held hostage, and then like one of your other characters is in the background screaming, help please, I'm being stabbed by a bee. And it's really like freaky intense. But if they attack you and then you get the upper hand on them, then like it plays a whole different theme and all that stuff like that. And they made the boss fights so dramatic in Pikmin 3. They absolutely kicked it up a notch. This hugely cinematic, like their cutscene for them showing up and everything, and all the music is scored. And a lot of people, and sorry, I'm kind of drifting into gameplay and stuff now as well. I've gotten away from music, but it's all sort of part and parcel with the boss sections I'm talking about. I was a little bit like, I felt a bit like Pikmin 3 did such a good job of elevating the Pikmin 1 and 2 style, and even though I love Pikmin 2, this game went back a bit to Pikmin 2 style, where you just kind of walk in and then bosses show up, which would be fine, except I think this goes, and I'm sort of getting ahead of myself into gameplay again, but since they make you very powerful in this game with the Ice Pikmin especially, a lot of the bosses were done in like 3 seconds, and I didn't even get to hear the music. I didn't get any of that sense of drama that a lot of the fights in the other games have. It was kind of like, walk in, all right, who's getting blasted? All right, Ice Pikmin, go get them. And they're gone. And you could say that that's rewarding me for having kept a lot of Pikmin alive up to such points, and we'll get into more of that in the gameplay section in a bit. But the long and short of it is, I felt like Pikmin... well, the other thing is that the series as a whole has, I think it maybe got a little, this feels so dumb to say, it got a bit lighter with each in entry, and that to me is not a universal evil. I don't think that games should have to be dark and gritty to be interesting or fun, and I don't think the first 2 games, like obviously it's dark because it's like you're leading hundreds of Pikmin to their deaths and stuff, but I mean that still happens in these games, in the Pikmin 3 and 4, but I feel like they leaned a bit more comic silly with Pikmin 3, and that was fine, and then they leaned it a bit harder with this one, and I thought that I on the whole, I had no problem with that. I thought that was a totally cool direction for the storytelling to take and for the exploration to take, that it all felt a bit more lighthearted and silly and a little less always tense. I only really beefed with it when it cut the dramatic tension of a lot of moments short. Like, I'm trying to remember any of the bosses that we actually spent like a length of time on. All I can remember is the Gildamander and, well, the Groovy Longlegs, because I remember the music, and then the last dog we fought. But all the other ones, it was like we blew through so many so fast. The fights were over in like 20 seconds. And that happened in Pikmin 2 and stuff as well, but I don't feel like it was as... I don't feel like the first time I played Pikmin 2, I rocked all the bosses the same way I did in this game. I mean, I obviously didn't rock all the bosses. I got killed by a whole bunch of them, but I felt like I rocked a significant number of the bosses in this game, and it kind of... It did sort of cut the amount of tension for me short for me, where we'd gone through a cave, spent like a half hour going through all the way down through it, and we were kind of tired, and we got to the end, and it was like, all right, one last fight with the bot. Oh, we killed it. Oops. But let me get finished with what I was saying about the music before we go too far down that rabbit hole. Altogether, it was good. I just felt like I wished... I think... And I didn't expect... they changed the music quite a bit from Pikmin 1 and 2 to Pikmin 3, and I expected them to carry on doing the Pikmin 3 sort of style of it, where it's a bit more that sort of like... chill country vibes, bro. It sort of permeates a lot of the music, and my expectations were met there. It absolutely did for this game. But even still, I felt like Pikmin 3's soundtrack was just a titch more lively around certain parts, and I just feel like there's no way they're ever going to go back to... I mean, moments like in Pikmin 3 where the whole room, the whole cave is dark, and there's a strange hum on the air. Dun, 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 dun. And then you put on a light bulb and you see something in the darkness, and it goes, and then you get all the lights on, and there's a massive F-off bat flying around the sky, and it's playing this demented waltz as you're like running away from it and throwing rocks at it. I don't think they'll ever go back to Pikmin 2, where you rock down into that cave and the military drums start. Like, there's so much like excessive and over-the-top drama in the first 3 games that I love about them. It's so like campy in a way or something, and I didn't quite get that from the soundtrack in this game, but it was still a lovely arrangement, set of arrangements, and oh my god, the callbacks to all the Pikmin 2 music, and especially with all the cave stuff, because that was cut out from Pikmin 3. The theme when you jump into the cave and it goes dum bum 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 bum, and then you come out of the cave and it goes doo doo ba doo ba doo 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 doo, and then when you're at the cave end of day, the end of the cave exploration thing, and it's got the all those musical callbacks were exceptional. I love them. All right, let's talk gameplay, because I've probably got a lot to say about this bit. This is where the majority of my complaints were, unfortunately. And I did have several. First of all, though, let's talk about some of the really good things this game did. So Pikmin 1, you had just Olimar. Pikmin 2, you had Olimar and a partner. Pikmin 3, you had 3 characters. And they added the go here function, so the second character wasn't just like an extra person to hold Pikmin or stand by a cave entrance. Now you could send them to go do something while you were doing something else, and the multitasking actually like exploded at that point. And this game took that, this game was far better with that even than Pikmin 3, I think. They continued to build that really well. First of all, so they've got 2 characters, you got Lee and Ochi. One thing I really loved about this, and that's different from Pikmin 2 and 3, is that Lee and Ochi have different skills, and that's so key. Ochi, obviously, has charge. Infinite rush charge now he's got. And he's got jump. And Lee, gets the charging horn. Aside, other than that, actually, Ochi's pretty much stronger than you in every way. But it's fine. That doesn't bother me, because it's not like you have to choose between them. You always have both of them, so it's fine if one of them's more powerful than the other. Because the point is that it matters in your strategy which one's going where. You can't just send they're not interchangeable, which is really a really cool way to shake up the thing, the whole strategy of it. I loved there were a lot of cool quality of life changes. Like I like that now whenever you come out of a cave, you get to pick whichever Pikmin you want to bring with you, and also that it doesn't spit you back to your base, it spits you out of the cave. So going to that cave and then going down to the bottom and coming out is part of your route, your daily route, and you have to keep that in mind. And on the whole, the feeling of organizing your time and managing a strategy for the day, I feel like it was maybe at its best in this game compared to the other three in the series. Because I remember in Pikmin 3 when they added Go Here, I was like, this is a really good start, but I also kept feeling like I feel very limited in what I can do because there are no caves, so it's like I only get like 10 minutes for a day anyway, and to manage 3 people in this like one concentrated 10 minutes is really difficult, especially when I only get 100 Pikmin on the field, so they can only each be carrying 30 at most, 33 at most, you know what I mean? If I want to keep it equal. Never mind. So anyway, I think in terms of like the general strategy stuff, really, really vastly improved upon in this one. And I felt like I started to notice a trend of the game shifting more towards the real-time strategy aspect than skill-based combat aspect. And I think that was probably a good idea for a few reasons. One, because it's a real-time strategy game and not like a Soulsborne, so it's not supposed to be about like how good you are at the fights, really. It's supposed to be about how you plan out your day and your resources. And like one of the ways in which that was so is that they made the Pikmin very powerful. Ice Pikmin were very strong. The charging horn was quite good, and a lot of enemies were not very. If you had 100 Pikmin, you could usually just swarm them and take them out before you had, before they could even attack you. And of course, all with Ochi's extra powerful attacks and everything, and Ochi's extra carrying capacity, it was very much, the game wasn't asking you, like, are you going to have a hard time with this skill-based challenge we've laid out for you? It was more like, what's your strategy going to be for doing this as like the best way possible? And that's a good direction for a real-time strategy game series to take, I think. And I think they pulled it off pretty well. That said, I had my annoyances with the moment-to-moment combat. That all said, that charge horn, man, for one thing, I don't know why they restricted so much of this stuff until like the latter 20% of the game, and some of it till only after the end of the game. Like, look, the Infinite Rush is great. Even if I hadn't gotten all the treasures, I don't think I would have found the Infinite Rush that much more useful for getting like the last 3 buttons in the map or whatever. So why don't I have it earlier? And the lineup bugle is the most. That's the most criminal thing this game did, I think. Maybe I'm in the minority here because I feel like a lot of people liked the charging horn in Pikmin 3. I didn't mind the one in Pikmin 3. Scratch that. I did mind it in Pikmin 3. I like the bugle way better. Why am I even trying to lie to myself here? Having direct manual control over your forces. Again, this is, I think, maybe another thing where they were trying to avoid the whole manual skill-based... oh my god, I can have him push me around. That's hilarious. Manual skill-based challenge thing as much as a general strategy of like, how it's not what are you going to do with the 20 Pikmin you brought to this fight? It's how many Pikmin did you bring to this fight is what they're after, because that suggests more, that implies more about your strategy skills than how good are you at dodging around attacks and mashing stuff. And I think that's also why they took out the dodge roll from Pikmin 3. And again, like in principle, I get the idea of wanting to stray away from that sort of aspect of it. So I can understand maybe only giving it to you around the 70% mark. I don't really, again, understand giving it to you only at the end of the game and or during Olimar's bit. But the problem for me was that in moments, even out of combat, in moment-to-moment traversal and stuff, the bugle is very useful for keeping Pikmin in a straight line, bringing them over narrow spaces, keeping them tight to walls when there are boulders rolling down the way, for instance. And not having it for the whole thing was disastrous for certain encounters, to the point where it's like, I think, like, technically if you had planned better, you could use the charging horn to get them away from certain things and stuff like that, or just not be there when certain attacks came. And again, I think that's supposed to foot into the whole leaning towards strategy over, like, combative gameplay thing. But I mean, most of the end result of it was it just frustrated me. I was just like, why should I be punished for, even though I see this boulder rolling down the way towards me, and I'm standing here, and I have my whole forces, and I want them to hug to the wall. Well, that sucks. If only I had the bugle in this game, that wouldn't have been a problem. There should be a very, like, if it was Pikmin 1, you know how you do that? Like this. And they just said, no, you don't get that in this game, which was bad enough. But then they had the nerve, the absolute nerve, to put it in the game only for very small portions of time, but break it so that now it also turns the camera when you use it. Why? These two buttons do the same thing. Make it one of them. Make it a D-pad shortcut. What the hell? Scare them away from these things. It is just a shame that you have to use the camera button to do it. Because is there any reason at all it couldn't have been L? Actually, hold on a sec. Did they make it did they give the option to make it as a D-pad shortcut? Because then I can take back a bit of that criticism just then. Nope, there's no D-pad option for lineup trumpet. So that's just silly. I can't imagine, no, just dumb. Look at how they massacred my bugle. But I could just see about not having the lineup bugle for this whole time, really, and no one wants that. So moving along to other gameplay things, and yeah, you know what's weird is I noticed this with Tears of the Kingdom when we were playing this recently as well. I don't know if it's a product of just like they've got a lot of games on the go and they've been having to crunch real hard to get them, but there's some weird hitboxes in these games, man. Like even earlier today, we were fighting having Lee fight that Titan blowhog by themselves. They hit me with the ram when I was like a good meter and a half away from it, and like you might be able to say, oh, like shockwaves and stuff, but like there were plenty of attacks that we've been hit by earlier in this game that we were not at all close to. And if you're going to say it's the shockwave, then they should have had some kind of visual indicator. A lot of weird hitboxes, but I mean mostly because you can reset, it's not that bad. Oh, and the targeting system, oh man, a lot of the stuff with the combat in this game did not jive with me really at all. This is just purely personal. I think I do not like that it auto targets things whenever it wants, because like I'm trying to point the target at them now and it's not doing it. Oh no, I just couldn't do it because I didn't have anyone to throw at them. So if you look at where my cursor is there, I've just kept my cursor to the left of me, but it just targets this thing whenever it flies. Who even knows, right? Like it doesn't even have to fly remotely close to my cursor for it to auto-target, which is frustrating in a fight with multiple enemies, for one thing. But it's also frustrating on a big enemy, because it means it'll just, you're screwed into targeting whatever point it chooses. So like for the Emperor Bulblax, it targets the snout of its like mouth, like this. So if you go around the side of it and throw at it, and it opens its mouth, you're just throwing them in its mouth, and it's like, that would be great if I could turn the target off so I can manually throw it at its side, but if I'm looking anywhere in its direction, it's just throwing it right straight at the middle of its mouth. So I didn't care for the auto target lock. I think there are situations in it where it's helpful. For instance, if you have Pikmin and you're running away from something and you target them from behind, and then like you can send backwards at them like that. Oh, sorry, we just killed Butterfly. Ochi, calm down. Reset them. They're alive. It's fine. I felt like there are situations where it would be helpful, but on the whole, I don't understand why you can't just turn it off. It seems like it wouldn't be that. I mean, granted, game designers are worked hard enough as it is, but so I would never have wished more development time on them. But I feel like it would have been perhaps a convenient feature to be able to disable auto targeting and just let me throw manually. If your worry is that new players will find it difficult to learn how to throw in mid-combat, because players who've been playing for the whole, since the first one will be a bit more used to that, then very well, make the auto-target lock for that, because it's helpful for, like it basically guarantees you get a one-shot on certain enemies, which is also a little, maybe feel slightly lame when it happened, but if that's your worry, fine, but just, I don't understand why an option to turn it off isn't available. And the same with the bugles, like, I think it would have been a lot better if there was, if they give you two control schemes for it, like, default and then Pikmin 1 control scheme, where you use this button to use the camera behind you, and then right stick is just for the bugle. And I feel like I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about here, obviously, but my brain tells me that it would have taken less dev time to add that feature than it would have been to add that entire sixth world. And I didn't think, and I was starting, and I would have enjoyed the game more if it was 5 worlds, but the controls worked the way I wanted, rather than 6 worlds with the controls not working the way I wanted, if you see what I mean. So I'm just trying to go through my list of brain grievances here. Oh, right, and they're basically the last thing that I was really annoyed about with the gameplay. I know I graduated from, they were little annoyances to now I'm really annoyed about them, but I'm realizing that it's true. Was probably, so the charge horn, fine, if we're gonna use the charge horn, I guess, but the mechanics on it were just so wildly inconsistent. There's a big old arrow on, I think they were using the same mechanics for that as they do for the targeting, which, as I've demonstrated by just standing here, is totally weird in the way it chooses to target things. Like, my pointer is all the way up at the screen, and it suddenly jerks down to the right to get them because they flew somewhere close to me, instead of close to my targeting pointer, which is where I would think I would want my targeting, like, I would assume I would be moving my targeting pointer to where I want to target, right? So if it auto-targets them when they go somewhere else on the screen, that's unhelpful and destructive. And I believe that the charging horn used the same mechanic, because there were many times we saw, like the time where we were going after that toy boat in the water, and I sent them after that. Although we're all leaf Pikmin, so we're gonna be moving slow. I said ignore us. Why are you jumping after that? This is not at all what I asked you to do. And they all turned around to run underneath the wally hop that was in the air behind us. Or the time that I was fighting those ball bears, and I figured, oh, okay, since the last time it worked like that, some of them went to the boat and some of them went to the wally hop. But clearly it just targets everything in the surrounding area. So I said, fine, I'll send it after the one in the back, and they'll rush towards the back and hit everything in between us and there. Ball bears are no joke, and we're gonna want to swarm them hard. Wow, they really didn't go after the small ones as much as I was expecting they would. Except they all ignored the ones in the front and went to the one in the back. So then all of us got killed by the ones in the front. Fine. And I think the straw that broke the camel's back for me, where I realized that the targeting this game just did not like me, was when we were doing that one night expedition in the hero's hideaway, and we pointed the arrow uplift, and the glow Pikmin sprinted max speed off camera to the right, and it was just like, are you kidding me? Like, there is no way in hell that made it past play testing. Well, I mean, it was obviously one circumstance, obviously. Playtesters have a hard job, they have a lot of stuff to work through, but anyway. I think maybe there was something like, it was using the delta angle from where you were facing, so if something was really close to you but slightly up in the sky, the angle there was considered sharper than the angle of something on the ground behind you, I guess. I didn't like how it worked anyway, is the point. I don't know how it works, but I didn't like it. So I had a lot of little things that added up to some very, very frustrating moments in the gameplay. But, oh yeah, and sorry, I did say the last thing, but there is one other thing, which is that the auto walk did not give a shit about the Pikmin in your party. They would just be falling off ledges and drowning. Lee would throw themselves into a lake one time, like in that, do you remember that one time, Shaw, where we set them to auto walk, and they just, like, dived into the nearest lake? It was like, how is this any of this supposed to help me? I think it was partially to avoid stuff getting stuck on each other, because usually when they went to the side, it was because they were trying to walk around a treasure that was being transported or something. But it was really, really, like, a bit much sometimes. But some very positive points. This is the first game to really use like an in-depth item system and like currency system, basically, which is what we have with the raw materials. And I think it was a good move. I mean, generally because you don't really get much practice with the weapons. My first time using them was in a tense situation because I only had like one, because they're expensive. So with the ice bomb and the mine, I think it was the ice bomb and the Trachinator. I used both against a Baldy Longlegs during a night voyage, right? And both of those events blew up in my face. The ice bomb didn't do enough to freeze it, and the Trachinator obviously didn't blow up its legs, so it didn't do anything. It's only just occurring to me now that you could practice with them in here. They probably told me that at some point. Damn. I guess that's on me then. I should have known that you could practice with them, and that's I feel stupid for not having known. But on the whole, the idea of having an item system that you can spend resources on, and you can spend resources more on upgrades for you and your dog, or consumable items, is a good idea, and it adds a bit more to the whole resource management and management of your time in the day thing, because those resources are damn important for building structures and getting items and stuff. And I think especially for new players that would be useful, because you can say it allows you to customize your experience a bit more. If you're dying every 5 seconds, you can be like, yes, I want to buy a bunch of emergency kits. If you're having no problems with health and you just want to go a whole lot of offense, you can buy all these weapons and stuff, and avoid buying your armor and stuff if you're not a completionist like me, where you have to buy everything in the store. And like I said, I didn't mind that you became broken by the end of this one, like in terms of you and Ochi basically can't die. I didn't mind that so much because I got the choice every step of the way to whether to purchase them or not. Whereas in Pikmin 2 and 3, you just kind of get upgrades over the natural course of things, and it feels like, well, I didn't really want to make this supremely easier out of nowhere, and have it change the whole dynamic of the game a bit. But I think that's a cool idea. I do wish that a few of them had been... Having them be unlocked by Sparklium is cool because it incentivizes you getting Sparklium for more than just the reasons of unlocking the next area. Although I did bemoan a bit the fact that, certain ones came very late, like obviously the lineup trumpet, and even the Pluckaphone I think would have been way helpful earlier, because it only just occurred to me that really where that's useful is time trials, where there are already Pikmin buried in the ground. But we only got it before the last time trial. And to that effect, a lot of the rewards from the side quests felt a bit like it was just raw materials for a very long time. The only ones that weren't just raw materials are the lineup trumpet, getting all the gear, getting you the Pluckaphone, and getting all the skills, getting you Ochi's final skill. But so really it's just the lineup trumpet, because the other two are just 100% in the store, and then you get the final thing in the store. 100% the skill tree, and you get the final thing in the skill tree. And it rendered a few of the side quests felt a bit, a lot of them were like, if you're playing the game normally anyway, you're just gonna run into those side quests, which felt a little weird. Like, I'm sort of struggling to think of any side quests where it actually changed my experience, and I was like, I'm gonna go out of my way to try and do this more, except maybe the Pikmin Population one and the Flower one, but those ones were even renewable, so I kind of wish there had been more that made you actually change up the way you played, take down monsters with ice, or take down monsters with using only blue Pikmin, or something weird that you wouldn't think to do, and that they would actually have interesting rewards. Like, if I had found that early on they gave me a quest that was something really awkward and difficult, like beat a Smoky Prog with only Ochi or something weird like that during a night expedition, but it gave me the lineup trumpet, that would have been something like, oh, okay, there's a goal to work towards and something to strategize and think about, because that's something I really want. Whereas a lot of the time the side quest just felt a bit like, we didn't know how to give you these resources, so here's a side quest for rescuing those two guys as well. So I realized I said I'm going to stop being critical, and I'm sort of drifted back into criticism, but these ones are a little less harsh. The things in the combat were the things that were exploding my brain while I was playing, but this is a bit more these are things we started with the quest system now, and that's a great start, but this is what I would love to see in Pikmin 5 kind of thing. And on that note, no, I think I pretty much covered everything with that. I like that the home base let you retry the time trials and Dondori battles. I like that they had this whole the big dojo in the base, which is this huge extended challenge. I like that there are the different badges to give you some different goals to aspire for, depending on how gung-ho you are about getting a certain medal or whatever. And on the whole, I would say that I think setting aside my grievances about the combat for the most part, the exploration play, the exploration and gathering play of this game was top notch. I loved going into a new area and using the survey drone to look around at things, and planning my route for okay, I need 5 Pikmin to break down that wall. 5, I can set started on that twig bridge or whatever. I felt like we were doing a lot of that in Olimar's Shipwreck Tale as well. And right, I just remembered another thing that was really good about this game. Having the Florlight collectible that slowly expanded your Pikmin max was a stroke of genius. That was absolutely brilliant. Because Pikmin 1 through 3, I feel have a bit of a weird difficulty curve sometime, where since you can get 100 Pikmin off the bat, it's day 1, you have no Pikmin, you're struggling. Day 2, you have 100 Pikmin, you wreck everyone in the first area. And then you get to and then the difficulty. So the difficulty goes for the first few days, and then it just slowly climbs as you go to the rest of the game, now that you have 100 Pikmin, and then the game slowly catches the difficulty up to having 100 Pikmin. So having the floor as a way to not only expand what can I do with Leah and Ochi, splitting them into 2 different parties, but also as a means to scale the difficulty of the combat progressively was absolutely brilliant. And I'm almost, now that they've done that, I'm of course. Why did the first 3 games not do that? That's brilliant. One thing about the levels, though, and I don't think this is necessarily a flaw. Again, it's just a sort of thing that it was a thing that I sort of liked about the first 3 that wasn't as present in this game, is the sort of Metroidvania aspect of, you get a new Pikmin type, and now all these different gates and areas are opened up to you in the area you're in, and the level 2 levels behind you, and so forth. Like Pikmin 1 even. You start in the impact site. It's a tutorial zone, you get your first treasure there, you move on to Forest of Hope. You've got red Pikmin now. There's a bunch of water stuff you can't do yet, but here's where you find the yellow Pikmin, which let you blow down stone walls now, and get up to high ledges. Now a bunch of stuff is opened up for you, including one gate that goes down in the first area, but you're not going to go there yet, you're going to go to the third area. Now that you've met blue Pikmin, it's like the world opens up. You can go back to the first area to blow down the wall with the yellow and blue Pikmin, get that treasure. And the second area, now all that water stuff is no longer blocked off for you. And the rest of the third area is opened up to you now. You've got water Pikmin and the yellow Pikmin and the red Pikmin. And there's that Metroidvania aspect, and I think Pikmin 2 did it really well. You start out with like red, and it's like, well, I mean, I could just go through all the colors, but the point is, you go to one area, you get a new thing, and then it opens up stuff from the area behind you and the areas ahead of you, and it creates this sprawling feeling of like, oh my god, I want to do that and that and that and that. And this game didn't have quite as much as that. I can only remember one time where we had to go back to a previous area, and it was the first area. There's some stuff that you needed the water Pikmin for, but it was like just the blue onion, right? Like it was like one collectible. Which, if you did we even maybe already have a blue onion by that point? So it didn't really do much for us. It was just getting it for 100%. And it was kind of weird. Like it was like we had to take one whole day back to go back to Sunspeckled Terrace just to get this one water thing. But other than that, it was basically every time you got into an area, you just worked it till it was done and then moved on to the next one. And there was not really this like hopping back and forth feeling that the first 3 games did. And I think I understand why they did it, to make it have a bit more of a sequentialness to it, because this game is a bit more rigid and clear in the way you go from level 1 to level 2 to level 3, and story events happen at each one. The other 3 games aren't really like that. Pikmin 3 is a bit. Anyway, that was just something I noticed. I wouldn't say, and I had a bit of distaste for it personally. I don't think it's an objective flaw. I mean, there aren't. What is an objective flaw, right? But being upset about the combat things is a little more justified than being upset about that change. I wouldn't really confess myself upset about that. I was like, oh, that's weird. It's not like the first 3. Anyway, but I've talked quite a bit about the gameplay. It's maybe perhaps time to move on to the last component, which is the sort of narrative and thematic part of this game, which I should say I absolutely loved. I think one of my favorite things about this game is it shows such a dedication to a series from developers to go for 10 years between the last entry and now. Sorry, hey Pikmin. And yet, they took a lot of the major criticisms of Pikmin 3 to heart, I think. I think a lot of the things that people didn't care for about 3 was that it sort of sets aside the very, very down-to-earth connected feel you have to some of the main characters, and and the insight you get into their sort of personal lives, I guess, with like the log entries and stuff, and how that motivates the rest of the game's objectives. I don't like, obviously the Rescue Corps it's big, it's got like 6 characters, and I don't think any of them were like hugely developed and had a big arc, and it was never really like that with Olimar or Louis anyway. Olimar's the only one who, of the first 3 games, I would say really has much of a narrative arc, and even then it's only really fleshed out in his diary entries, you know, in a way. And I liked Pikmin 3's characters, Alf, Brittany, and Charlie. I think it's telling that they didn't bring them back for this game and they sort of replaced them with lookalikes. Maybe they were worried people didn't care for them very much. I didn't mind them, but they had some like funny dialogue, but there wasn't really much going on in terms of the things the game had to say about Alf, Brittany, and Charlie did not have much of anything to do with what they had to say about the world, I guess, is my point. Whereas the thing is, especially Olimar's relationship to with everything, but his personality and personal goals and everything really do connect with the themes of the first 2 games and this one. Because from Olimar's perspective, the game is this whole like it's this sort of weird, oh, capitalism keeps me away from my family and all tied to my work for so long. But look at these Pikmin, they're so cute. And I can cultivate them any way I want. They're almost like a new family. Maybe we could be a family. No, that's weird. I shouldn't do that. And so there's some interesting commentary there about, what happens when society keeps families apart and like works people to the bone and stuff like that. And then, of course, from the Pikmin's perspective, it's like, this guy comes in and tells us what to do and starts like ordering us around, and we're like complicit in it, but he also, though claiming to have our best interests at heart, does not always have our best interests at heart. And then you think about it when you're playing from Olimar's perspective, you're like, oh, well, they're just like little kids. They don't know what to do unless I tell them. In fact, I did them a favor. Look, I populated their species. They never would have done that on their own. No, no, no. And Olimar even like lampshades this a bit in his journal. He's like, was this like a nice place before I got here and I'm the problem? And so there's this whole like quasi almost colonialism narrative going on there as well. And Olimar's relationship with the Pikmin, viewing them as like children, like he views as like the relationship he can't have with his own kids because he's never home, then directly plays into that. Is this about capitalism? Is this about colonialism thing that's going on in it? And then that, of course, ties into this whole family life where he gets to never see his kids because capitalism and all, whatever. And so it all ties together well. And I think this game, in addition to building on that, you get a lot more Olimar backstory in this one because there's a huge list of journal entries from him, which we read all of because they're amazing. They also did a cool thing. Captain Shepard was cool. I liked her. And I liked her whole deal because there's this whole running theme with her about like rescuing people no matter who they are, and that's like what we do because you know, like our races don't define us or whatever, and we're all actually the same underneath. But then that developed in two really cool ways. Number one, because they are actually all not that different from each other because they all came from humans, apparently, we learned. And number two, because of a thing that I just forgot. Give me a minute to remember it. God, what was the damn other thing? I'm gonna have to just call this video I talk for a long time about Pikmin because this is turning into like a 3-hour review. What time is it? It's almost 9 p.m. God, I gotta wrap it up. I'm losing it. I'm losing the thread I had. I had another cool point for about Shepard. Or maybe something about the Pikmin because they're all, you need all of them to survive, and so it's like they're all important. We're all not so different or something. I had a second point about Shepard's whole, it doesn't like matter who they are, we save everyone because we're not all that different, and I wish people could look beside them and see themselves thing. There was something else I wanted to say about that. I hope it comes to me later. Editing me, has it come to you yet? Nope, damn, totally gone. Sorry about that. Anyway, but I did like her as a character, even though she didn't really have like a narrative arc to speak of, I wouldn't say. I think she represented the themes that they were getting at well, and it was a cool way to build upon the themes of the first two. Like, harkening back to that whole capitalism or colonialism, what is it about thing that the first two have, but then also adding this other layer of, but we should have compassion for each other because we're, you know, not all that actually that different. And, oh, right, that's the other thing. I've just remembered it, finally, yes! Because such an important thing about the first two games is this is not you seeing an alien world. It's alien to them. You're seeing our world from an alien perspective. And that is so important because not only does it reinforce the importance of perspective and of seeing things from the way other people see them being a very important thing, but naturally, seeing things from another perspective is, dare I say, crucial and an irreplaceable step in feeling compassion for others. Even if you don't understand what it is they see, knowing that they see something different from you, even though you're looking at the same thing, is so important, right? And of course, that's reinforced with the whole running gag of them looking at like a pencil sharpener and being like, this must have been a spaceship or whatever, you know? Even though, as you come to learn, they actually have pretty similar facilities at their own homes. They have trains and stuff. And so I think Shepard was probably my favorite character in this game. Yeah, or maybe Olimar, because I just love Olimar. But I think Olimar's second place for me. I think Shepard was my favorite character because she exemplified all that stuff. It was an excellent way to build upon what the first two games had, while introducing some new sort of ideas to it. And it's the mind-shatteringly brilliant. My favorite thing about this game series is storytelling. I don't want to say is that it's subtle, but that's sort of what I'm getting at, is that like you can go through the whole narrative. Like when we hit the end point, it wasn't like they explained all that to us, right? It's the sort of thing where it's very much what you make of it. But I think there are some through lines that I'm not all of what I'm saying wasn't complete nonsense there that no one well understand. I think I wasn't really grasping at straws. There was some stuff I was picking up on there. But I think it makes it so much more powerful when you have to come to the conclusions, well, not come to the conclusions yourself. You're obviously going off their material, but when they don't like spell it out for you. And it's weirdly mature for like such a, what is otherwise a very family-friendly, sort of childlike oriented game, I guess. Cartoony and stuff like that. It's very much more powerful to think about what they're showing you yourself and think about how that relates to the world, kind of. The world you live in, that they're showing you from a different lens, rather than at the end of the game, they then went, and that's how I learned that colonialism wasn't okay, or something like that, you know what I mean? And I mean, it just overall, it just gives me it's very much one of those games like the Mother series and like Omori, and like, reminds me a bit of the feeling I got after I watched A Silent Voice for the first time, and, there are a few other stories. Lord of the Rings is like this a lot. Where at the end, you feel like you come away with this, man, like we just have such a beautiful world around us, you know what I mean? I mean, like, look at this. To spend even like a second of that wasted on like hurting other people is ridiculous. And I hope you'll forgive me for tearing up, but it's just, this game is very special to me for that, I suppose. It's one of the reminders to be that way, and I think the more reminders we have of that, probably the better. Sorry. And that's a little bit about why this game is so special to me. Okay. I have to finish the video. I have limited hard drive space. I cannot cry forever. My apologies. Alright, let's get back to dunking on this game's combat system, because I have a bunch of notes I need to get through. Let's rapid fire these. Oh, good. Some of them I already covered. Charge mechanics are a bit inconsistent. Yes, the ball bears and the wall hop. I covered that. Here's a note I didn't cover on. At first I thought that being able to see that you were in like an urban space was a bit like ham-handed or something compared to in the first 3 games. It's like you only catch like glimpses of like urbanness in like the distance and stuff like that. And I thought it was a bit ham-handed here that it's like, see, you're in a human's home. But I actually kind of started to dig it by the end because for one thing, it was like, how the hell have we never come across like a house in the other 3 games? But also it does bring you a bit closer to that whole, this is what the humans left behind thing, but where are they now kind of thing that they sort of introduced in this game. So I understand why they did it. And it ended up working pretty well, I think. Even if there's a bit of like, if everyone died in nuclear warfare, why are like all the preschools and stuff like untouched? And why is everything so shiny and new? But anyway, that's sort of I think you're supposed to suspend your disbelief a bit for that, just because they didn't want to show you a bunch of broken old cans as treasures. They wanted to show you exciting stuff. Limiting picnic capacity by collectible was genius. Yes, I covered that. I have a note here that just says, it wouldn't let me send Ochi in the last versus Olimar. I expect that was true. That was silly and dumb. Incredibly vibrant and expressive characters on both sides, allies and enemies. Yes, okay. I think I covered on that a bit, and I stand by that. That's very true. Here's my other note. Old games felt a bit more Metroidvania. In this game, the types sort of showed up in a bit of a whatever way. Yeah, and I sort of felt like some of the types around the end, like Rock Pikmin and Wing Pikmin, they sort of showed up, and I didn't really have much use for them in a lot of situations. I think maybe they bit off a bit more they could chew with the number of Pikmin types. And I did also additionally feel a bit towards the end. Granted, I was going for 100%, so we were taking a long time with certain areas, but I felt like it stretched on a bit. There were a few caves that I was like, I don't feel like much interesting is happening here. It's stuff we've all seen before, and we're kind of just repeating the same old, just because they wanted a few more collectibles in there or something. Anyway, sorry, I'm carrying on with the notes. Way better characterization in Pikmin 3 than Pikmin 3 for Ollie and others. Yes, that's absolutely true. Olimar and Louie were not up to anything in Pikmin 3. They showed up, said like a line of dialogue, and the story ended. Like, I have no idea why they were even in that game, because they did not do anything. And they flanderized the hell out of Louis. He literally just says food over and over again in that game. And it gets old. I liked him very much in this game that, even though he's still obsessed with food and stuff, they played much more to the whole, like, he's a chaotic, mysterious, like, 20-something who's working a minimum wage job and gets sent to a deadly planet and just snaps. And I kind of like that. And it's like, he's not exactly like a horrible dude. He's just a little bit deranged from all the weird stuff that happens in his life. He had a weird childhood. His boss sucks and sends him to die on, like, a planet with, like, fire-breathing warthogs and stuff. I really like the characterization of Louis much more in this one, and Olimar for that matter. They got him a lot more right. In Pikmin 3, he's just, like, always talking about treasure and stuff, because you were collecting treasure in the second game. And it's like, well, that doesn't really sound like Olimar. A few instances of railroady behavior, like not being able to jump over unfinished ramps, even when it wouldn't really disrupt the major gameplay. Yeah, that's a pretty minor complaint. Like, I did feel like if I had found a point where I could build a ramp halfway and then Ochi could jump up it, I should have been rewarded for that instead of punished by not being allowed to jump. Because it's not like I could have had, like, all the Pikmin carry stuff up a ramp that wasn't finished, so I didn't feel like it would disrupt much if I'd have found a way Ochi could parkour up there. I didn't really understand why they disabled the jump, but I get it. If you want to make the resources matter, you got to make the bridges be important and stuff. Fair enough. I appreciate Hazard's de-leafing Pikmin. Oh yes, a deflowering Pikmin, I should say. Yes, that was a really good one because past Pikmin 1, basically, most hazards in Pikmin 2 and 3, if you just continuously blow your whistle on someone while running through a blazing inferno, they're fine, even if they're not fire resistant. And granted, you can't carry them through stuff like that, but it's a bit like, it's just like a little bit overpowered. Especially by the time Pikmin 3 rolls around and they made electricity no longer an instant kill. So I liked in this game that they at least punished you a bit for it, being like, if you're gonna put them through all this dangerous stuff, we won't insta-kill them for you, except if it's the Smoky Prog Juice, apparently, that the last boss shoots, but you're not gonna be able to run fast anymore after this. Fair enough. That seems like I think that seems like a good way to deal with that, to de-incentivize you just running through hazards whenever, because you can whistle them and it's fine. So that was good. That was a good thing they made. Good change they made, I should say. In spite of all my misgivings, Charge mostly worked fine, and was good for rallying by type. I'm not sure I stand by that one still. I had beef with Charge. Mostly, the thing to consider here is that I imagine part of the reason that this game took so long is that you have to build routes for the Pikmin to carry things, big things potentially, like things of any size potentially, intertwining through every part of every single map you do. So that must have taken a ridiculous amount of time, and that works as well as it does, and that the charging works even as well as it does with is probably really a miracle, even if I have beef with the charge. Good for rallying by type, I guess. So if you only want to send fire Pikmin out of a monster, instead of having to throw them or disperse them and then only grab the red ones, you can just swap to red and hit charge. Yeah, that's a cool feature, I suppose. Just give me the bugle. I appreciate the continued emphasis on aliens, not as look at this alien world, but as a device for look at our world from an alien perspective, or a different perspective, i.e. Shepard's Diary. Yes, I touched on that already. Some funky hitboxes in player favor as well as enemy favor. Yes, I guess I covered that. In spite of problems, it's still impressive pathing for such a big game. Little Pikmin self-corrections are appreciated. Yes, that was something I didn't really touch upon before. A lot of the time, a Pikmin, if they were following you and the auto-walk got them to do a stupid thing, not every time, but sometimes, their pathing would correct and they would suddenly run around in a circle to get around to the right path. And it was a small thing that you could really easily miss, but it helped a great deal for not accidentally leaving half your forces behind a wall somewhere because the auto-walk was dumb. And here I said, in spite of 1 to 3 having way more dramatic moments in play, I think this game still had a few. The groovy long legs. Oh, night expeditions, right? I barely even covered those. That was such a cool idea. First of all, because for so long in the series, night's falling has been such a big thing, so to actually get to see how nightmarish it is at night was cool, and for it to be a huge anime wave was additionally cool, and a tower defense sequence is brilliant for this kind of game. Like, again, one of those things where I was like, how the hell did they not do this before? Deciding where to distribute your forces, I guess you really, the glow Pikmin followed you around wherever, so it's more of just where you're distributing Lee and Ochi and who you're going to take down first, but it was like a spin on the time management of the rest of the aspects of the game that was really cool. Loved the night expeditions, they were awesome, and also the way they introduced Smoky Prog to them was super cool. And I mentioned so much before, this game really had a lot of love for Pikmin 1, 2, and 3. I feel like 2 especially, which makes me feel good, because even though a lot of people think it's unfair, it's my favorite one and my favorite game. With the caves they brought back, with all the log entries, because... Yeah, now that I think about it, because Pikmin 1 only has the enemy reel at the end, Pikmin 3 doesn't really have a logbook in the same way. It's got, like, little mini snapshots that have, like, a picture and a word, like, throw at eyeball of monster. But it's not like a full log with character dialogue about it. So, really, they just brought them back from Pikmin 2, that and the treasure hoard, with all the little notes about it and everything. Brittany had some notes about the fruit in Pikmin 3. I shouldn't be too unfair. But anyway, I loved all the callbacks to the earlier games. They did take, like, a lot of the best parts of the first 3 games and blend them together. Just not the combat. I'm done dunking on the combat. And final note I had here for the end review, different monsters adding different instruments to the music absolutely rocks. And I think I was totally on the money there. That is a cool thing. Which means that with the end of my end review in sight, I believe we are about to say farewell to Pikmin 4 for the time being. So with Pikmin 4 finally taken care of, our playthrough schedule now is back to what it was before Pikmin 4 came into our lives. Which is to say, Tears of the Kingdom, Dual Destinies, Tears of the Kingdom, Fire Emblem Three Houses, Verdant Wind Assassins only run. And after one of those games is finished, I'm guessing that Dual Destinies will be the next one to be finished, we are starting Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories, which I'm thrilled for the possibility of starting, because it looks like it's going to be a weird and interesting ride. But holy wow, man, I loved it. It's kind of weird in a way when you find a game where the gameplay is actually sort of the thing that jives the least with you, but not that it didn't jive with me in a lot of places, but I absolutely loved the direction they took, the characters, the themes, the visuals, and well, except for, some of the things I was complaining about, the lesser dramatic moments and stuff like that, but on the whole, I think they did a brilliant job for a series to go 10 years without an entry and then come back and still keep, a multitude of the core tenets and charms of it, especially when the last entry ditched a lot of them, is unheard of and incredible, and the game was awesome, and I'm just so thrilled that it came out and that we got to play it together. And I'm sorry for taking up so much of your time with this, and so much of your time with away from the other games with it, and I'm sorry for apologizing so much. I need a vacation, Captain Shepard, but I'll never forget our adventures together. That is all, my friends. The series means the world to me. This game was an excellent entry. I hold it in very high esteem. If it takes another 15 years for Pikmin 5 to come out, I'm sure it'll be awesome. The next video going on the channel is gonna be some more of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Thank you so very much for coming around to this finale for Pikmin 4, this Terminus episode. Hopefully I'll see you around. Admiral's gonna be out of here now. Peace!
Bye! See ya! Goodbye!
Oh, blue stone. Piggies! Hold on. Yes, you can look at the both of us, and you can tell these are just like our average everyday work in the fields kind of clothes. Iggy, you dropped your rock.